Such a great game, everybody. Such a fantastic game, that Spider-Man. All right, everybody, we're getting back to it. We're loading into Satisfactory. We're going to use our power of time today. I can't wait to check it out. Very, very cool stuff. Now, what we've done is we've gone ahead and build up a bunch of boxes here that we're going to be running our resources to. Like our concrete here. Now, this concrete is not just this one box. It actually goes down this way, like that. It actually goes down underneath here and actually travels up from the run level. Now, this up here is actually our top level, and we've left all this room here for trains. And so I'm going to hopefully get to trains today. We will see. But one of the things I need to work on was plastic and rubber and get that oil going a bit so we'd have that. And so you can see I've got 3 of the resources running right now. I've got that one running, which is concrete. We've got plates running up, and we've got our rods running up. Now, down below here, and we'll take a little ride on our little vehicle here. Every time I know, it makes me smile every time, everybody. Can you tell? We'll just park that right there. What we got going down here is we've got a actually pretty large run level. Normally I make them much smaller, but here we have quite a bit of a run level, so we have plenty of space to run all of our lines underneath here and never have to look at them or run into them when we are upstairs up there and doing all of our stuff. So you can see it's starting to get fairly complex, right? Remember how we started so simple? We just brought up our raw lines and we've put it into raw boxes. I have never done where I use the raw materials into storage. Normally I just do raw materials directly into the actual converters, but in this case we're making it into the raw storage and we're just kind of letting it run. And because we have a mega server from the awesome people over at Nitrato, and I'm going to put their link in the chat. Make sure you use my name, Kismet. You get 10% off. Just follow that link right there. It'll hook you guys up. Now, you can use the power of time as well. And so we play it once per week. We play it on Wednesdays. And so we get a bunch of things set up. And then we come back a week later because the server runs 24/7. So you have that power to basically queue a bunch of stuff up, walk away, come back, bam! You got tons and tons of materials, as well as you can build to the degree as well in there, and you can also play multiplayer. Normally I have a bunch of people in there with me, but I've kind of disabled that right now while I am working on it and just trying out the power of time in here. And you can see that we're starting to get a bunch of lines running all over the place under here, and we might come back later and clean that up, but we don't really need to because we're not going to be looking at it. We're going to just, pop down here from time to time, run a line here and there. And what we've done is we've run some lines over here, across here, down over to here, and we have run both our plates and our rods right there. And you can see our other one here, which is our concrete, bypassing from over there over to here and then running to the upper level up there. Really, actually, that turned out quite nicely, I think. And so we've got some more to do along here. And we want to make sure to, of course, avoid blocking those lift areas in there. So let's go ahead and try to get some more of our stuff run here. We're just going to go right to it, as I like to do. We ain't messing around over here. We get right to the point. And eventually, of course, we're going to need more power and all of that stuff to have all of this stuff keep running. Now, what we want to do is go up here and try to line up all of these boxes that we're using up above. Now, we can use our ladder, which is really cool. This is a really great addition to the game. The ladder you use surprisingly a lot, for sure, for sure. But I need to actually take the ladder out at some point here so that we can run our foundations here. So we'll run one here. Now we could leave the ladder and it would still let us put down the foundations, but we need to take it out and we need to do this thing, which is my favorite new thing called zooping. Zoop, zoop. Zooping that stuff across there. Okay, now we want to go ahead and do basically what we're doing over here. And put down a bunch of these little lift thingies here. So we're going to just line these up to where these are. I don't know why sometimes they're yellow and sometimes they're blue. I feel like we'll find out here in a bit. See that, how that one's yellow? Usually that means what's known as soft clipping, where you can actually clip through stuff now if you want. And the best thing to do is to go in and do the lifters up here so that when you go to put in your stuff down below, it knows the direction in which to run the stuff. Because we want to run all of this eventually into here. Like that. Now, I've already kind of pre-chosen exactly what all this stuff is over here. And so eventually what we'll do is we'll have some of this stuff running into this box and then potentially running back out again and then running down over to the machinery that goes along with it. Now, I don't necessarily have to have the machinery next to the actual raw components. I can put them anywhere now because I have a storage place for those particular things. And so what we'll probably do is when in the run level down there, we'll split it down there, and then half of it will go there, and then whatever's left over will end up over here until this is full, and then it will stop. Because really the purpose of this is for me to use, right? So you really only need one box for your use most of the time, and then the ability for it to go ahead and turn back on and fill it up. If I pull a bunch of concrete out of here, it should automatically turn back on the machinery, fill this back up again, and then turn itself back off again. And that's the kind of the premises of my particular bases. It just allows me to not have to work on as much power as I would have to as if I had it running 24/7. And I could have these all running 24/7 and just have them all running into the Awesome Sink when they have overflow and all of that, but I feel like that's a lot more work for very little return in the long run. I feel like you can end up with just as many things, Awesome Sink stuff, just from getting rid of your excess stuff as you're working along. So, all right, and let's go ahead and try to get rid of some of this other random loot that I have on me here. I see I've got a bunch of random stuff here. This limestone we can just throw away. And over here, same thing with coal. You know what? Let's actually keep the coal over here. Don't need that. All right, there we go. Just kind of clean up my inventory a little bit there. So I'm not kind of micromanaging that. I could probably, is that an extra Xeno? It is an extra Xeno. All right, let's put that in there as well. This is like my miscellaneous junk box there. And then this is like my extra resources over there. And the same thing with this one. Extra resources. Okay. So where are we at? We're at screws. That's what we need to work on. So down below is the actual factory because I moved my stuff up here. Eventually I'll add the space elevator back. I don't have it up there right now. I'll probably put it in this direction. And then I can go ahead and feed those resources up into there, or I can just feed it from over here. Now, a trick thing is to get it making the stuff for the space elevator and then put it in a storage, and then you have a backlog of it. And then when you get to the next tier and it needs part of that, you can then put that in there. And you can see them all up there now across here. So we want to get this one going here, which is our screws. And I believe I already put one on the bottom. I did. All right, so there we go. So we want to get our screws to there. Now, this is actually my production level here where all of my goodies are. And what we should see now is a massive backlog of materials. So if we go back here and we look in the back here, this is the back one. That means that all of these are full of plates. So not only do I have the plates up there, but all of these are full as well. And that's the power of time. So you can, even if you're only doing like 3 of them, which I am, because it's running all week long, it then gets done. And I've only done 3 of each of these. Lag there. I've only done 3 of these for doing rods, but yet I have a huge backlog of rods, right? Because I can just let it run and run. Same thing over here with our other materials like wire, and over here as well. That's wire. This is cable. You get the general idea. But now we need to do screws. Now, what I'm going to do is basically take the rods from here and make another thing for screws. Now, you can see I have lots of space out here to just go out here and do my thing, my little zooping action. And since I have so much concrete and so many plates, I can just zoop to my heart's content out here. And just keep this going in straight. I'm going to kind of keep in all of the iron stuff in a row. Out of concrete. There we go. Always out of something. Let's run back over here and get on the vehicle. Where did I put you, little vehicle? Oh, I went past it. Where the heck did it go? Pick it up. It says it's right here. Freaking myself out. Oh, God. Oh, well. Luckily, I had an extra. I don't know what happened to it. It's indivisible by 3. So let's run back over here and grabby some loot. Now, if we look right here, we can see that we also have a bunch of Caterium Ignits going. And then if I look over here, you can see it coming out on that side. Right here is some of my raw coal as well, and that's going over here. This is my power plants. It's being run by 12 coal plants right now, so that's my primary power. And then over here, we can see that this concrete is going down here and actually running across. And then comes up here, and look, again, only 3 of them are running, yet it has filled up all of these boxes with concrete. Now, if I take some concrete out of here, right here, it's also cool because it's on multiple levels now. So I can also grab it from this level, or I can grab it from the level up above. But now that's going to start back up again, doing its thing. And where did I just put my car again? All right, there. I really want to know what happened to my other factory cart. I think I ghost rided it and it vanished. Inquiring minds want to know where that factory cart went. Come on. There we go. Maybe it's down below. Aha! It's down there. Okay, now we know. Now we know what happened to it. Okay. Okay, so we got that going, and we'll put this cart back down. And we're getting stuff to extend this on. That's what we were done. And so we're going to extend this out. And we want to leave a bit of a runway through here. So let's head over here and get this going. Ah, Kismet Love Track getting fired up. Who is that awesome person? Raz coming in with 53 months of sub love. What do you call a fish with no eyes? I don't know what. What do you call it? FSH? I get it. Yeah, there you go. That's actually not bad. Thanks for coming in, hanging out, Raz. Always good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to get into some more trouble here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to extend our factory here so that we can go ahead and make some screws. Now, screws are made from rods, so this should be fairly easy. All we need to do is take these rods from right over here, run them underneath so they're not blocking our main way, and then have them end up right here. So easy peasy, right? Just put that right there. We'll go ahead and put a splitter in right there. And then, again, we'll go ahead and do constructors. Now, you might notice that I haven't even got to the multiple ones yet. And you're like, well, Kismet, how can you not get to the multiple assemblers where you put in multiple resources, yet you have all of these other resources like modular frames and all that stuff? See how I didn't even need production for most of that stuff anymore, everybody? And that's because after you reach like a box of stuff, you have a bunch of it to really rework your base later on. So we're going to go ahead and put our lifter in here because we know it's going to come up and it's going to go right into there. And then we'll go ahead and triple this up as well. And again, I'm not even worried about ratios and, making it numerically perfect, which you do want to learn, absolutely, if you're doing it the other way. But if you're using the power of time, it doesn't really matter because I can backlog so many raw resources that it doesn't even matter because it would take a while for it to run that out. So I could literally put 10 of these down if I wanted to. But I like to also build and do stuff by saving time as well. Saving time is like going in and building the minimum amount of thing to do the same thing would cost you anyway. Let's do something like this. There we go. And same thing here. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and run this upper level across here. Now I'm also building an upper level on top of this so that when I do run out of space in here, I can just build more of them up above and more and more and more and so on, as many as I need. I have an infinite expansion because I have vertical expansion, which is pretty awesome. All right, so we got that done, and we've already done this many times, and I've already explained it pretty well, I think. So we're just going to go ahead and connect all three of these together. We're just going to keep with the same theme we've been doing this. Then we'll go ahead and take this out so we can see this from down below. And we'll go ahead and move that down. And now all of this power is connected. We've got this connected. Now we just need to get it connected from over here to over here. Now we already have a line running back to over there, so those rods can end up in that box. But since it's full, it no longer is going to run that way, so all of this is going to run this way. And I have 5 boxes of it, so believe me, we're going to have some serious amount of screws here shortly. Now, another thing we want to do is we want to organize these screws as well. And you need a lot of screws, everybody. At some point, you're making hundreds and hundreds of screws. So we're really going to go to town on these screws here. Let's go to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think this will be number... Come on, you. There we go. Number 5. So basically, I'm going to have a backlog of 5 of these screws, 5 boxes of screws that I can then utilize anywhere else in my base. And then we'll send them down, and we'll send them back along the same line and end them up over there. So let's go ahead and get the floor thing ready. But we can't actually put in the lifter, because we do, it's going to be going the wrong direction. It doesn't automatically detect that it's going the wrong direction. They definitely need to fix that. But if you go down below and do the one down below first and tell it it's going down and going that way, then when you put this one in, then it will know the right direction. Very important that you master that. We spent a lot of time figuring that out. That is for sure. And again, I like to have mine just a little bit out from the edge here. So, that's not good, not lined up. A bit out from the edge so that it's easy for me to see what's going on. Let's try that. All right. Oh, God. Now we're dead. Bye-bye, Kismet. Dead. And that's why you don't remove foundations, everybody. All right. No big deal, though. I just respawned back up here. Yeah, another rip, Rudy. I just respawned back at my hub. That's why it's so important to have your hub down, because if you do die, you'll have nowhere to respawn. So it'll just respawn you randomly. All right, so let's head back down again. Now, where did I fall? I fell right where I removed that thing so I could do it from underneath. I can tell you that's exactly where it happened. So we need to make our way back down to the bottom. Now, what happens is you drop all your stuff. But no worries, because it happens all the time. No big deal. It's all part of playing the game. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to see which one of these goes all the way down to the bottom. I believe it is the right one. So we'll just kind of peek off to the side here. I'm just going to take a guess and say it's the right one. It's going to take me all the way. Yep, it is. All right, all the way to the bottom here, where all of this shenanigans began, where I have multiple nodes here, multiple iron nodes, and those iron nodes are being fed straight up into the top part there, along with a hypertube, are being fed up into a raw box, which I rarely ever do. Usually I build it at the node, at this level, at the ground level. I will go ahead and build whatever it is, plates or rods or whatever, and just run the plates and rods there versus running the actual raw material. But in this case, we're running all the raw material, and then we are working with it over there. Now, luckily, I've left myself a vehicle here, and then I can go ahead and get on my little vehicle and just drive my way out here. Trying to avoid those barrels because I want those to keep respawning. Let's hope I didn't die in the bad zone there. I didn't. Luckily, I didn't fall into that gassy mess. All right, right here. How convenient. Now, we got to watch out because there might be mobs nearby because there's a node right there. So I got to get out, grab my stuff as quick as I can, take all. And I suggest try to get back in your vehicle. All right, looks like I already take care of the mobs over here, so that's good. There we go. No big deal, right? You die, you run back, you grab your stuff. especially if I'm at my base. See, now my base is way up above me there, because I built it all the way up there in the very beginning. So I didn't have to work at the ground level. Now let's also stop by this over here. It always spins me around. Oh, okay. Spins me around in weird ways. All right. Back on the vehicle. Now this vehicle is great for when you're tooling around in the open grass and stuff, because it'll protect you against mobs, at least most mobs, and it's not going to slide all over the place like the smaller thing does. Okay, back to work. So now we know two things. One, do not open up the floor when you're working on stuff. And number two, make sure that you have something to fall onto. See, now if I had fallen to the lower level, I would have been just fine because I had my skates on. But because it was so far for me to fall, I did the big death action going on there. All right, where's my... Oh, my vehicle was still up here. Okay, so there we go. So we got that done. Turn our light back on and get back to work. Way over here. Now, eventually I'll come back, put signs on this, and, you know, mark it all and enclose it all in. But I feel like when you're working on it, best to leave it like a skeleton. So, yeah, see, it's this one right here where I left it off. Let's just be smart here. So, in case we do that again, we'll turn on our zooping. Fill that in down there and just put this right here. See, what I did is I came around the corner here because I was trying to work on this, and I fell right down into there. Such is the way it goes. Now, because I have my skates as well, I can jump up now and very easily do this. Now, again, if you make a mistake or you die or something like that, everybody, keep rolling with it. Give yourself the freedom to fail and learn from it and move on. Otherwise, you're just sitting there kicking yourself all the time. I stopped doing that. It's like a form of self-torture. I just do my best and go from there. Boom. Oh, no. Out of resources there, but we know where the resources are. Let's go get some. Now, I also need to get my steel production going on today as well, or eventually I'm going to run out of materials as well. Oh, over here. I also need to go in and paint all of the floors and stuff so I know where everything's at. And then up here, I need to put a sign there that says Kismet Tower. This is going to be our tower up here. So let's run over to this side and grab what we have left here. Let's just grab all of that and all of this. Because we're probably going to use the rest of that up today and start some steel going as well. But first we need to get our screws going. I hate how it turns my light off every single time I go in those hypertubes. It drives me crazy. I got to turn it back on. It goes off, turn it back on, and so on. Oh, yeah, we got to do a battle, too. All right, well, I'm running back. Let's do a battle. Let's go. Okay, running back. Let's go ahead and do this battle. What the heck? Weird, it's not doing my thing today. Let's try it again. To battle! I don't know. Maybe that button needs some work or something. We'll figure it out. All right, let's try to fast run everybody down there. Let's get it going on. I think this is going to be good. Perfect. Look at that. Right in there like that. Take out the boss. Did I not put a unit down? No, I did. And then, see, that makes these guys over here on the side come right through the middle where we have all of our main peeps. Ah, there we go. My vampire in there. Eating those guys up. All right, there we go. That is a win to start the day. That's how we want right there. Subi, I'm gonna call you Shamrock. I can't make out the first part of your name. I'm gonna butcher it anyway. Rotisserie G, getting some loot, and Rotisserie G is our MVP of that round. All right, back to the map. Let's get some more battles. We're going to go through the center here. Now, I try to keep these battles going every 30 minutes, but sometimes, obviously, I'm in the middle of doing another game at the same time. Don't be entitled, everybody. I try to do my best, but not every time is perfect. So there you go. So feel free to come ahead and join us. You can follow that link right there. My name is Kismet. You can go and put me in as your captain, whether you're on mobile or on desktop. It is free. Go and put your units down, and we'll come back to that in about 30 minutes. There we go. Ripperoonie. Ripperoonie. All right, let's get back to it. What are we doing? We are running this over here to over there. Okay, there we go. So we got that running over there. We got these are all connected, right? Yep, they are. And so we're going to go ahead and tell this what to do. We're going to tell it to do screws. So we got to put a bunch of rods in here. Now, the cool thing is these screws are going to be coming in at 10 per minute and going out at 40. And usually I find 3 is like the magic number, right? Because 40 and 40 is going to be 80, and then another one will be 120. So it's usually equals the belt speed. Now, the belt speed that I have right now is level 3, which is 270. And that is going to allow it to go way faster. So really, the rods are going to be coming in at 270 into basically these, but it's actually going to split and split again. So let's say about 100, and it only needs 10. So it's going to have quite a bit of screws fired up there. So now that we've told it to do all of that, all we need now is some power and to connect this line to that line over there. What are you doing, you crazy vehicle? So now what we're going to do is we're going to try this again, hopefully with less deaths. We're going to go ahead and open this up, turn our light on, and try to jump down onto there. All right, that was much better than before. We'll go ahead and grab our power line here, and we're going to run that underneath, and then do this. Oh, wait, didn't we set that forward so it wouldn't clip? Yeah, we did. Okay, so let's fix that as well. Let's set this just a little forward. There we go. And then we'll take this, and we'll go ahead and find another power plug here. Got to watch out. There's an opening there, too. Didn't I run power here somewhere? Yeah, right here. I ran it for this line right here, which is for our stuff, so we can probably tap into this one right over there, and that should give us some power going on there. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to split this right here. This is why I kind of left this be down just a little bit, so I could also put a splitter on there and then send it back over this way. So let's go ahead and zoop in some more of this. I only add it in when I need it. Just so I can kind of see what I'm doing here. We'll go ahead and turn this way. Like that. And then we'll go ahead and just run this off the splitter. Nice and easy peasy. Over to here. And hope that it's not clipping through anything. Ah, perfection, everybody. Now what it's going to do is it's going to split off some of those rods. Really all of them, because this whole line is full now. So it's going to split those rods across there, run it into there, and we can actually kind of see it flashing up there. See it kind of flashing? That means those rods are already running up there, which means they're already working, which means we good to go. Now, luckily, I was smart enough to leave my little factory cart, not on purpose, down here by it falling through the floor. So awesome, we can just drive on it and make our way back over here. I end up with multiple of these laying around down there, up here, all over the place. And usually I try to keep one in my inventory. But I also use one to just kind of drive around from here to there. So let's drive back over here. And let's see this in action. Now we should probably pick one of these up while we're thinking about it. There we go. So what this should be doing is producing a ton of screws here. And then backlogging them. I don't see any coming out of there. There we go. All right. So going in there and then backlogging them into there, and then as they, or backlogging them up across into here. And so what it's going to do, since we have the power of time, is that this is going to be running all week long. And thank you, Girthquake, for the follow as well. This is going to be running all week long. So basically, by the time we log in next week, this will be full of screws as well. And now we also want to go ahead and run this down into this lower level. So did we do this the right way? No, we haven't done it down underneath yet. So we need to go work on some of that underneath stuff. So let's go ahead and get back in our factory cart. Or actually, let's pick this one up too. I got an idea. Let's just pick that one up. We'll put one of them onto us. We'll go ahead and take a shortcut again, like this. And then we'll go ahead and fill that back in. That'll just save us from running all the way around. All right. Now, we need to find where the output of this is, and let's hope it's not right where this is. It's going to go this way. I hope it's not right where the line already is, which it isn't. Right over here. And so we're going to tell this to go down out of here. And I usually just put it way up at the top like this. And our goal is to run that so it comes down and it matches up to the lower part of this. So we need to basically know how many of these is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting the crossbar. So 6 of those. And let's just go ahead and set the precedent of it here. So let's say this is right about there. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably 5 will do it right there. And then we'll go up by 6 by zooping. There's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. Then we'll go ahead and run it from here to over here, looking at the direction to make sure that that direction is showing correctly. It does look like it is. And I'll try to do this, but I think it's going to be clipping through something there. It actually is not. That is astonishing. But I don't like it. If I don't like it, I will definitely try to control that a little bit more there. So let's just zoop this up to a level like that. And then try to look at what level we need to get to go under there. Let's say here. And then back up to the top part here. Without encroaching too much on any other clearance. Perfect. All right, that's good. So let's just bring this down to there. And then we don't need these top two. So if I don't need stuff, I take it out. So yeah, that's going to run to there, down to here to kind of go under this part. And then bring it back up again to run along what we've already gotten. Now, because we've already got a pre-existing line here that we can use, we can just go ahead and keep running this across here. I love it when most of the work is already done for me, everybody. We did this last time. We ran these lines, and so now I can end up right there. So we can go ahead and pull this, and notice it's going the correct direction there. And then we can try to run this here. Oh, is it actually not? It didn't. Let's try that again. Oh God, we got to take the thing out. It's going the wrong way. That thing's going the wrong way there, so we got to go fix that. Now, I have several ramps nearby that I can use. Also, could definitely use a hypertube here in the center somewhere. We'll have to get to that at some point, but we'll just run up the ramp and redo this part up here. Now, what happens is sometimes these go in the wrong directions, or it's saying the wrong directions. So we need to kind of line that up. Say something like that. Yes. And we need to go ahead and make sure that we tell it the right direction by bringing this down. And we're going to turn it around that way. I don't know why I didn't turn it around that way. It's a better way to see it going up. I guess if you're in the middle, it's better to see it that way. Yeah, I'll do it that way. I'll try it different ways and see how I like it, and then I'll probably unify it later. So let's go ahead and run it like that. Now it knows its direction. And then we can go down here and fix it. You'll find yourself doing a lot of this kind of back and forth with the floor stuff. Anything that goes through the floor is susceptible to getting screwed up. And then you have to come back and kind of make it work. There we go. That's much better. And then over here, we'll run that over there. And let's look and see if any of that is touching each other or clipping or anything. No, perfect. Okay, another perfect run there. Now, the only thing that we need to do now is make the actual rods run to our line there. Let's work our way back up here to our production level. And since we have a vehicle on us, let's throw that down. And we out. Okay, now getting the screws all ready to rock. Now, the whole point of this particular playthrough is to do it where you're going to be keeping it like that in the long run, as opposed to coming back later and redoing basically your whole factory, which happens quite often in this game. And there we go. Let's see if the number's going down. It is. All right, cool. That means that it's running down into there now. What we want to see is we want to see the end result of those screws going up this line over here. So right now they're starting to run underneath all of those different ways and should eventually end up in this box over here. Let's run over here and see if we get there before the actual screws do. Oh yeah, we totally outran it. Now, if you believe in yourself, everybody, this is the moment to believe in yourself, that you did it correctly on the first try. Let's see. Well, no, if these screws come up here, then we did it right on the first try. If they do not come up here, then I screwed something up and I have to go fix it. And it will take a little bit, everybody. It'll take a little bit for it to basically run across all those lines and then make their way up here. Usually, it takes you like, a minute or two to kind of traverse all of those lines. And there it goes. There we go. Got to believe in yourself. We got that going. Did it on the first try. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, I got to take out this part of the ladder as well. There we go. And what we're doing is we're just trying to get some of these basics run to our primary boxes. And there it goes. Okay, so that's going to go up there. Let's go pop up there and check the box. And what we should see is the box starting to fill up. Right over here. Ah, yes, and I've already put a bunch of screws in there, as you can see. So yeah, it's starting to fill up, so it'll fill up that box, backlog along that line, go all the way over to the screws, and then start to backlog in all of those containers over there, and then eventually when all those containers fill as well, so it's basically 6 containers worth of screws, which is a lot of screws, and then basically that will stop running and then stop using power, which we've done basically on all the rest of these as well. But now it's all online. I don't have to go over there and grab the resources from over there. I brought them over here. Now, we already have our wire and our cable already running, so all we need to do is basically run the lines to end up over here. So that should be fairly easy. Let's go do that. Down here. Okay, so first one we're going to do is wire, and we're going to run it down right here. So we'll have another one of these and just try to eyeball it as best we can here. It does not align vertically, by the way. You got to kind of do that yourself. All right, so there we go, and we do need to also add some copper sheets. So we need to add that to our stuff here, and again, just trying to get that going. I think I do like it better like this. What do you guys think? We're going to call this backwards, and we're going to call this forwards. You think it's better forwards or backwards? I kind of feel like it's better this way so you can actually see it rising up from this side, because this is probably the side I'm going to look at it from most. I'm going to say we're going to go with that. I think I like that way a little bit better. Oh, that does not look like it's lining up as good as it should. Hold on, let's try that again. We'll grab this, run that. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then we're going to turn it like that. There we go. And again, want to make sure we do this first so that when we're running stuff underneath there, that it knows the direction. So there we go. So we're going to run all 3 lines of this at the same time. We're going to run our wire, our cable, and our copper sheets all at the same time. And let's just go up above and just double check that that's what's next. I think I know that's what it is. But we'll go ahead and use our hyper tube. Get up here and we'll check. Yes, wire, cable, and copper sheets. So that's what we're trying to get run over here so we can utilize those as well. Okay. So now back onto the vehicle. And we got some production to do. Let's go. I left kind of all these passageways, so it makes it easy for me to transition over. Now, right here, we've got our copper line going. And again, oops, loves to turn me around the wrong way. And again, we have our raw copper ignits, and those are being fed underneath through the run line and coming up right here into this, which is actually producing our copper wire. Copper wire then running down is backlogging across all of these boxes here. How many boxes we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 boxes of copper wire is now backlogged and is already running into the ground because that copper wire is going down and coming up over here and being utilized over here for making our cable as well. And then this has a bunch of boxes, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, 5 boxes of our wire, which is not actually running anywhere right now. So we need to go ahead and add another one here and do basically this. There we go. But we don't want to run the thing yet because remember, it'd be the wrong direction. So we got to run it from underneath first. So now what we can do is we can tap into some of this wire and siphon off the wire and make it run back to our primary area. So what we can do is find out what I did with my car. Oh, wait, I already have a second one on me. I do right there. All right, cool. So what we'll do is we'll just do another shortcut here. We'll get back into our coffee cup, maybe take a little slurp of it. There we go. Just take a shortcut like we did before. Oh, that's a shortcut to death right there. Look out for that. Don't want to take that shortcut. How about back here? How did I do the wire on that if there's nothing underneath there? I don't even remember. Whoa, this one too. Oh, no, it's there. Just a little sliver. Yeah, a little sliver there that I couldn't see from that angle. All right, there we go. We'll just jump down. Again, we got our skates now so that our blades, they help us jump to different levels. Okay, and let's go ahead and run down over here and look at what we got going here. Okay, so we got this bypassing across over to here, and we want to tap into that. And we've already got a thing right here, right? We might as well just use this thing that we've already got and go ahead and do the same thing we did before here and just use these 3 as our run line. So we know we're going to get it from here, from over there, and from over there. So we can go ahead and just run this one over this way. Then we'll run that way over to this one and then run that across. And then we'll go ahead and make that last one, which will be our copper sheets. We'll get into that here in a minute. And get that one going as well. So this one's fairly easy. This is probably the easiest of all of them where it's already pre-existing. So I can just go ahead and do a splitter here. Again, all this stuff is hidden underneath here, so you're not really going to see it. So let's say that this one is going to be the top one of the run line that we're going to do. And so we'll just go ahead and say make a pole right here in the center, and then we'll zoop it up as far as we can go. And we'll come down, I'd say about right there. Then we'll run this line to here. Like this as a bridge, and then just bring it right to there. And there we go. So now we have our wire already starting to go. Now what's going to happen at some point, everybody, because I am disturbing all of my stuff and I don't have that much power running, is the power is going to turn off for sure. Because all this stuff is going to start back up again, all at the same time. So let's watch out for that. Let's watch out for falling to our doom again. We got that out of the way at least today. We already fell to our death. Got a rip out of the way. You know, I just want to, get a death in just to kind of get your day going. And there we go. So over here, we're going to go ahead and same thing with the wire. We're going to go ahead and aim it like this. Actually, we could probably aim it this way, even better. Hold on. Let's take that out. See if we can get away with taking that out and putting another one in there. Let's hope so. Nope, cannot get away with it. I tried, everybody. I tried. This floor hole stuff definitely needs some more love because it's really frustrating that I have to actually put the thing back in again every single time. And we got this going the right way. It says it's coming down, and we want to go across here. And we're going to go ahead and tap into this one. And across this one. This one. Now, I'm skipping that one at the top because I know here at the end it's going to be the second one down. So, yeah, easy peasy, right? If we go up here and look, we should see some wire coming along that line. Eventually, when we tap in the top part into there, and it should go along that line there. So let's get back up to the top here, and we got ourselves another car, which is typically for this lower level. And I think this time we'll just go ahead and park it right there. And kind of run up the ramp since we have our skates now. And we need to run all the way down here. Now, this is the iron line, and then I need to cut across over here to my copper line. And we can go ahead and run all the way to the end here where we have our wire. And then we can get our wire running along the line. So we'll aim at this. We'll turn it this way. And then now that should be going out of there. The way we can tell is if the numbers are going down. Yes, right here we can see it's just switching in and out where it runs one down and then it puts one in. At the same time, we can also see that our cable has started back up again. Now, the wire is still going to run over here so we can still make cable, but also that wire is also running off over there. And I have such a huge backlog of it that I could easily supply both until it basically runs out or fills up all that stuff, and then it will turn itself automatically off, which is super cool. I'm always thinking of ways to do that kind of stuff as well. Baby girl coming in. How you doing, baby girl? Yeah, you're right. I do need to hydrate. Let's do it. Do another rip, Kismet. Meep, meep. I know, right? Oh, yeah, I haven't done my meep, meep in a while. I should do that on Saturday. If you're around, Raz, remind me on Saturday night to do some meep meeps by the mob. I call it the Kismet drive-by, where you have like a melee weapon, and the mob and the zombies are coming at you, and you run right at them, and as you're running at them, you hit them, and then you keep running before they can hit you back. The Kismet drive-by there. Meep meep. Yeah, pretty fun. I've done that in a while. It just thought of me. Okay, so we got all that running. Now we need to create ourselves another bit of a factory here at the end for our other stuff. Oh, we're out of plates. Well, I happen to know where there's a bunch of those. Right over this way. Oh, this way, actually. Doing our stuff there. Huh. Just making rods. Oh, this way. Okay, I was going right way. Turned myself around there. Why is these here? Let's take these out so we can get between there. There we go. That's what was throwing me off. Okay, let's get some plates. Now, our plates are also going to start up now, too, because I'm taking these plates out. So that's going to start up. And you just know this power is going to go off, everybody. I did not build enough power yet. And I really try to build minimum amount of power because power takes a long time typically to build. Though you can actually make large amount of power. One time I did 160 coal plants, everybody. Yeah, 160 of them. I'm not kidding. And it produced like, 12,000 power, which cool thing is it only used 2,000 power to actually keep the whole thing running. So that means you had 10,000 power left over. That was a fun playthrough. All right, and then this is going to go ahead and still making those screws and still running the screws over to the other box. Now, my goal is to set this stuff up and just let it run, and all this stuff will fill up on its own. But one of the things you got to watch out for is that if I log off the server and the power goes off, then it's going to be sitting there for a week doing nothing. Very, very important to watch out for that as well. So we got that done. Now we're working on our copper plant over here. That's what we're doing. We've got to get our copper stuff going, and I'm really working on stuff that's just a single kind of constructor build. We are going to do some stuff that does use more than the single here in a bit. We're going to work on our stuff are... look at that. See, isn't that awesome how nice zooping is? Like I said, I don't even know why I built a whole side over there yet. I'm not even ready for that yet. I just was getting in the zone there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I think 3 across there. And we got to bring our wall down. Wow, we didn't do our wall over here on this one. Let's go ahead and fill this one in. Let's say to right here, right? Yeah, right there. And then we'll do our cross wall here. Now, eventually, I'm going to be putting doorways and stuff like that. I actually unlocked the doorways because I can do it already. But I feel like when you're in the building stage, when you have all this stuff set and you're like, okay, that's it, I'm going to leave it like that, then that's when you fill it in. But other than that, I typically leave it open just to make it easier for me to access. Now, we know what we're going to do here, right? We're going to, again, bring this up. And again, I'm doing this very consistently the same, which is a very fun thing to do. You don't have to always do it symmetrical, but it is kind of fun to find like your unique style, your unique way of building your factory, right? Different from other people. Where you can see I have it all in one long run. This is all iron. This is all copper. At least all the basics are in one long line, making it nice and easy. Now, what do we want to make? We want to make these right here copper sheets. Now, if you notice, copper sheets come from copper ingots and not anything to do with the stuff that's actually already converted. It doesn't come from wire or from cable. It actually comes from the raw ingots themselves. So we got to run those all the way down over here. And we'll go ahead and set the direction of this so when we're running our stuff underneath, okay, well, we'll try that again. Okay, now it's messed up. I got to take it out again, put it back in. They still got to fix that. Please fix that. Oh, God. Right now, they're trying to figure out what they want to do with the game, what they want to add to the game. They should be working on that, fixing that so it's not so awkward. Let's go ahead and put this like this. And this like that. There we go. Putting this in the correct direction. Now, they've been doing a phenomenal job on this game, everybody. This is the only game I've ever given an 11 out of 10. It is incredibly fantastic. Highly recommend it. I'm playing it on the Epic Game Store because I got it way long time ago when it first came out. It actually was an Epic exclusive back in the day. And I don't blame them because, you know, hey, they're trying to make a dollar bill and they're trying to keep going as a studio. And that infusion of cash is what made Satisfactory so amazing, by the way. An incredibly, incredibly fantastic game. Absolutely love it. I played it for hundreds of hours. Some people played it for thousands of hours already. Not me. I don't typically, just like, something like Fallout 76 or games like New World. I feel like I would burn myself out if I was playing it for 1,000 hours upon release. I feel like it's great that you love the game, but it's also can be a drawback to play so much that it becomes a burden or burns you out from wanting to play. We'll leave that. You know what? Let's not leave that. We already learned our lesson from last time, didn't we? Let's not leave that out. Let's put in some more side rails here so we know where to put our stuff. Mergers over here. Gotta get this merger lined up, like, do this in one first, I think. Yeah, there we go. That's much easier. Start with the in one first. I try to do that other side, and it gets all wonky because it tells me the wrong thing when I'm trying to put this down. Come on, put that down. Oh, what? All right, a little delay there. Right there, this into there, this over to here, and so on. You get the idea there. Okay, so we got all that going. Did we tell this what we want it to be? We want this to be copper sheets. Copper sheets. I love working on the logistics of this, too. If you like this kind of logistical building game, a great example is like Factorio, which is really another fantastic game, which I've played here on stream. Really, really great game. And of course, games like this take inspiration from those games, and this game has done it to the umpth level, everybody. Just incredibly, it's like everything that you would want in a building game in the way that it builds. Not necessarily in all of the tools and solar power and all that other stuff that it doesn't have, but I'm talking in the way that it builds so wonderfully that it is totally, in my mind, 11 out of 10. An absolute home run, knocked it out of the park, and then knocked it 3 parks down. that good. And I very rarely give that kind of praise to any game. But I love the way how easy it is to run the lines, how easy it is to add foundations. Now, the brilliant part of this game is, look, it actually knows all the way over there. It knows way down there. I can put it exactly and then zoop that right along there if I want to. I can even tell it to go on top. When I hit F and I hit middle mouse button, it picks up the thing that I've already built. So I hit F and then middle mouse button. Now I'm making a foundation, right? I hit this over here, F and middle mouse button. Now I'm making foundation up there. I hit F, middle mouse button. Now I'm doing a constructor, right? It's actually picking up the object that I'm pointing at with my little cursor, right? That's brilliant, brilliant idea. So you don't have to keep going in here every time or even using your little things down there at the bottom. After you put the first 1 or 2 of it down, you can just keep picking it up without having to worry about, having a whole bunch of different sets for building. It's just so brilliant in the way that they've set up this game. So big love to them for absolutely home running this game. Now we're going to get in that battle here in just a second. Let's get our thing here. And I thought I ran some lines this time so I don't fall to my death again. Let's go ahead and run this line first so we can kind of get this started up. And then we'll go ahead and do that battle. All right, where'd that other power line? I know there was a power line running along here. Right there. All right, and we'll just tap into the power lines that we have already got. That's going to run that. Okay, now we got to get this right here. We got to get a bunch of resources over to there. Now, the actual raw resources are way back over here on this side. Up here. Now would be a great time to have a jetpack. Go make me a jetpack. Way over here on this part right here. Now, the nice thing is we have a little bit of a ladder here, so we can just go ahead, go up the side of the ladder, take a little peek. Aha! So this is the raw ore. That's what we don't want. We want to get the raw ignites. So this is going to go under this part. It goes from there, under here, goes up into the factory, and that factory goes across and then comes back down over here. So this is probably it here. So let's go ahead, climb up there, just so we can see. And there is a jetpack in this game, by the way. I just haven't made it yet. There's also a hover thing, which I really want to get to. We'll get into that at some point. But we just want to get up here so we can see. Yep, that's it. That is the stuff. And let's go ahead and take this out. They also have the ability to take out multiple objects at the same time by using control. Awesome. Okay, so we also want to divert some of this and run it down that way. Now, do we have any run lines already kind of pre-existing here? It doesn't look like it. So we'll go ahead and split it, let's say right here. And then we'll go ahead and just run it along. I kind of feel like we'll actually try to line it up here. There we go, somewhere right about here. And then we'll just run that up. Like that. And then we'll bring this and see if it lets us bring it around like that. And it does. Okay, now how many of these are we going up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 6 of those. Now what we're going to do is start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is right there. Let me actually do this. Put that down. Let's fill this in. I love how it runs it at all the way at 10. And then we'll pick this up here in just a second. Let's do the battle first, and we'll come back. To battle! I want to try to keep these battles going for you guys today. I want you guys to get a maximum loot. Oh, man, look how many units you guys put down. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know what? You guys did such a great job of putting those units down. I'm going to give you 1,000 kiss caps just for crushing it. Just for putting down so many units. Amazing. Amazing job, everybody. That was about 50 units there. All you peeps are stepping up, putting down as many units as you can. We're going to try to get you guys as much loot as we can today. Appreciate you. Let's go. Look at Akia with the artillery there. Very nice. Going to help take out that thing right there. Boom. It's ours now, sucker. Nice. Open the captain's chest, give you guys some love. The last splash, Ranger, Akia, all walking away with some loot. And I Am Death putting up the big numbers with 12 kills, 11 assists, and who's our MVP, and he has all 6 units down. That means that's another 1,000 kiss caps. For all you guys, for the first time you do that in the day, if you do all 6 units and you're the MVP, I give 1,000 kiss caps to everybody in the stream. So you can thank I Am Death for that extra loot today. Let's get back into it. Let's get going. Into the battle we go. Okay, now we're stepping it up. Wow, okay. This is one of those ones where you have to stand still. So what should I do here? You know what? Because if I put my tank in there, he's going to run out on his own and die. So we're going to do a little 200 IQ move here. I'm actually going to put my tank in the back. All right, so I'm going to put my tank in the back. You guys go ahead and put your units here in the front and your range units, so it'll block me from running out of there. And then once this we get unfrozen, then I can run out and tank. So we're going to use a little 200 IQ move there and see if it works. We'll find out in about 30 minutes when we come back to that. Come and join us, everybody. Follow the link in the chat. Find me, your Captain Kismet. It's free to play on both mobile and desktop. Super fun. And you can build up all your units and, of course, then put down your awesome legendary units or your epic units as well. So, again, come and join us for some Stream Raiders. All right, we're back. Okay, let's keep on rocking. Now we want to run this over to here. We know that this is it right here, and we're kind of straddling this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right there, I believe. Let's go ahead and run this forward. Oh, no! Oh, I miscounted. Look at this. Look at this miscounting going on today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lying to me, everybody. That totally threw me off, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was like, did they make it so it's 5 now? What the heck? Speaking of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 6. There we go. That totally threw me off. It threw off my brain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we can make it without using the thing. Let's go for it. And let's hope it doesn't... yes, it's not clipping. Yay, look at that. And now it's going to run those up there. Now we can go ahead and run up here and see if they're running along the line. Oh, yeah. There they go. Right up in there, working beautifully. Man, I got to make some hypertubes to get me from down here to up there at some point. We should probably make a ramp way on this far side, too. I actually have some hypertubes that I can use over here as well. Because this is actually a junction. I try to make junctions along the way so that I could utilize them if I need to later on. Like this one right here is going to take me all the way back to the front here. And you can see I've got a bunch of coal running here as well. And you can see just gets us back to the main part of the factory. And there we go. Was I smart enough to keep one of my vehicles? Nope. All right, let's run all the way back over here and see how our new thing is running. Now, great thing about the skates is it allows you to go faster. I'm going way faster than you would normally be running because it's like you're skating, right, when you're going. Which is really cool. All right, now what we should see is we should see some iron or copper ingots coming in. And that is now making copper sheets. Let's make sure all 3 of these are copper sheets, just in case I forgot. Yep, copper sheets. And then we should see the copper sheets coming out of each one of these and then going in between here. Same thing here. And I always double check because, you know, you want to eventually get to a point where you're like, okay, it's working. I just want to set it and forget it, let it run, make me a bunch of copper sheets, GG, and I'm done. All right, that's going over here, and then all these copper sheets should be ending up in this last box, and yes, they are. Okay, now we need to get them from this box all the way to our box over there, and then just basically let them run and run and run as well into there. So we've already gotten this in there, but we don't have the proper direction, so we need to go down below. Now, what we're going to do is go ahead and kind of finish this off here. Like that, and we'll go ahead and do a little side wall here. Let's say right there, and to there. There we go, and this one over one more. And then what we're going to do is make a bit of a thing going down here. Now, there's nothing really down there for me to go to, but I can go ahead and fill that in once I get down there. So we're going to use our ramp, and we're just going to make a bunch of ramps. Soup in a bunch of ramps until we kind of figure out what level we need to bring this over. And let's say something like that. And then out here. And then we can see that right here at this level is where we want to put the bottom of our ramp. There we go. And I suggest to give yourself a little extra room so you don't fall off like I love to do. Not on purpose. Most of the time. Most of the time. Sometimes I do jump off. But most of the time, no. All right. And run that across there. If I fall, I will tell you whether I did it on purpose or not. Because I'm of the age where I don't care. I don't care. If I screw up, I just say, you know what? I screwed up. My bad. And GG. Okay, so now we have the output here, which is what we want to access here. And we want to go ahead and tell it we want this to come down like this. And then we need to run it over here where we are running a bit of our other stuff. And let's just kind of fill this in here since we're now working on this end. And souping has made it where this is so much nicer to do. It's so much more enjoyable to just do that stuff much quicker like that. Than the way you used to do it. Okay, so here we go. We got this going. These are our screws. This is the screws side, and we're coming across there with our wire. Then our cable is coming across here, which is this one. Let's just double check. Yep, that's our thing there. So we want to end up right here at this one as well. So where are we at? We're way over here. So maybe we could tap into what we've already got here. Make sure that we're doing this in the correct direction. Say like that. This is definitely going to need another one in between there. I do not think that's going to reach that far. No, that is really far. And now we also need to change the direction of this just to give us a little bit extra. And, of course, it's got to be taken out. Let's take that out. And then we'll go... Hopefully that's in the right spot. And we'll tell it to go this way. Like that. Okay. That to there. And this, hopefully, to here. And then from that to there. Okay, that's looking good. Now we got a nice ramp over here that we can use, so we don't have to run all the way around. I could install hyper tubes here. And really, if you're going to be working with this a lot, then you'd want to do that. But in the long run, I'm not going to need them because it's not like I'm going to be coming up and down there all the time. It's literally just going to be there at this stage and then run wherever I want it to run to. I have some hypertubes already going down there. Now, we should see this start to go down. Yes, okay. So that's going down into there now and running along that line. So let's run down here. And in theory, if we get up on this line right here, we should see some of these running out of there. Yes, there they go. Okay, so now we have all three of those things now run along the line here. So we just need to kind of catch up our copper sheets here and run those across. And then at some point, this is going to get real easy to where we just run our lines all three of them at the same time. So yeah, very nice now. And we'll run this down to this lower level. And so on. We'll just keep these all matched like they are. And run that down there. Because this is actually coming down there. And it actually does go back up, but for now we'll keep going here, making sure these are all going in the right direction. And this bottom one is just enough for you to get under it, by the way. You can still get under that as a player. And then same thing here, we'll rise this back up again. Sometimes it's hard to see what I'm clicking on. There. And there. And there. 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 Okay, so we got all three of those there. Now we just need to give ourselves a little room here so we don't go falling off of this either. Now, what I do is I build as I go. I don't typically go in and just build a whole bottom level here. You can kind of pre-think out all of your bases. I pre-think out a section of the base, but very rarely do I think out the whole entire thing, because I like to leave some room for some spontaneity there, or you know, you might think of something better. And that gives you that ability to do that. Let's go ahead and do this. And this. And this. Okay, let's see if this is going to work first. So we'll take the first one and we shall run it there. Take the next one. We'll run it there. And then the third one. And we'll run it there. Okay, so that should, in theory, be all three of the ones. Let's see if there's any clipping going on. No clipping. Working perfectly, everybody. Ah! First try as well. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I love... It's one of my favorite parts of Satisfactory is just watching all the stuff run, right? Watching all the stuff run, and it grab it and run it to the upper level and all of that. Just a wonderful thing to watch. I'm surprised the power hasn't gone off, though. But such is the way it is. So now that stuff should just keep running. Nothing we need to do now. That is a GG. Getting all those basic materials up and running. Now, let's see. Where's our central up thing here? I think it's over here. It's got to be here, because this is a shield, so I don't go flying off the side for sure. Okay, back up here we go. Let's go ahead and go around the behind here and check out what's going on. Oh, yeah, go, baby. Now, some of this redraw is a little funky, too. I don't know what's up with that, but you see that it is actually climbing its way up there, and all four of those are running nicely. Let's get over here, and let's go check our boxes. Now what we want to do is check the boxes and make sure that the numbers are going up right here. Yeah, let's sort it so the smallest one's at the bottom. So that number is going up. So it's going to keep going there. Let's sort this. Oh, look at this. This is all connected now. We don't have to go run and get that resources from elsewhere. It's going to fill up those boxes nicely. Okay. Now, these ones here, these ones over here use multiple of these other ones to combine together to make these items. So these right here, I have a good amount of these already. I have a bunch of those and a bunch of that and a whole bunch of this and so on and so forth, except for that one, no. And this one, no, which is one of the ones that we need right now to actually do the industrial manufacturing. We'll get into all of that. But the thing I need the most is the ability to go in and make more lines and stuff, which is this right here, which is our pipes and our rods. Then over here, we're going to do some plastic, and we got wire here, which we could actually already run the wire because we have that actually already working. So we could get that going, but we're going to leave that there for right now. And this is what's most important now. Now, to build one of those, we're going to kind of get into our first kind of double item. Now, obviously, I've already built it before, so I already have the materials, and I built it temporarily just to give us enough materials so that we could progress to the stage we are now. And then we tore all that down. And now we're building it kind of properly, right? We're building it in a way in which it's more toward the long term and kind of be in the spot it's going to be later on. So we're going to go ahead and grab some of these because we're going to need some of those. And we'll put this foundry down just randomly right there. We'll take a look at it. So we're going to need iron ore and we're going to need coal. Now, it just so happens that I put them fairly close to each other so that we could start to do this kind of production. Now, really what I want to do is grab some of the coal from the other side and bring that coal over here by where the iron is. And then that will allow me to go ahead and make some steel. Now, all of that stuff is down below in the build level. So we're going to run down here. And we're going to try to get that going on. How we doing on time here? Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing real good. Let's keep on rocking. Let's go ahead and see if I can find what I did in my vehicle. I got two of them right here. One of them down below and one of them up above. Okay. So, let's go over here and see where we're at. Now, we could build up above. We could build the steel up above, but I want each and every part to have its own factory. So we're going to go ahead and run all the way to the end here, like this. And this is all going to be basically the single stuff. And then over on the other side is going to be more complex stuff, including power and all of that stuff. Will be over on that side, and then our more complex manufacturers and things like that will be over on this side. And then, of course, we'll have our trains coming through here. So there's nothing that goes through this area. Trains come through here, and I've also left some room so the trains can go north, south, east, and west. We can always readjust it also if we run into trouble. But this is kind of the end of this particular part over here. So we've got screws and whatnot here. But really, the part that we want... which is our coal and all of that. And again, I could put it here at the end of the iron, but the part that we want is way in the back, right? So we have a bunch of raw ore way back over on this side. Let's head all the way over this way. I'm about to 3D your brain here in just a moment. Now, as you can see, in this direction, we actually have a lot more room. So, logistically, it's smarter for me to start to build stuff this way because the iron is right here, right? We got 5 boxes of it backlogged. And then the coal is right over there. So, if I take the coal from there and the iron from here, I could just literally just build it out here in the back. So not only we're going to do our kind of single ones that way, we're going to do our more complex ones this way, and then of course off over there by the power and all the manufacturers and so on. So we're going to go ahead and utilize our three-dimensional thinking to actually go in the opposite direction of where we've been building. And there we go. So we're so smart. We're so tricky up over here. And we'll do something like that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just go straight across so we can go ahead and tap into this raw iron, which is going down there, so we can tap into it and run it back over to this side. Now, we probably should leave ourselves some room, though, because we're going to be running hyper tubes and all that kind of fun stuff. Right here, we have a double gap, which is great. But we'll just go ahead and leave ourselves just kind of a bit of a single gap back here just to kind of block off any kind of hyper tubes that we might want to run there in the future. And then we want to go ahead again, align ourselves to how we're running all of our other stuff. So it's along this particular one here. So one in, this one right here. So we'll say that this is going to be our lift right here. Right, so we have that kind of inset by one. And then also we have our basically our ability to run through there. Now this one I actually need to do like a half door so I can get through there, or put a door there. Like you can actually have a right door or a left door or a gate open door, kind of a garage door. But we'll leave that open like that, and then we'll go ahead and do the same thing we're doing over there where we just kind of do this. And then again, we want to watch our thoroughfares this way. So we'll go this way. And again, trying to keep this all nicely aligned so we have all straight lines and nice ability to go from A to Z. Really give that some room. Same thing here. What are we running out of? Run out of concrete. All right, no worries. We got a smidge of that laying around. As in, 6 boxes of it. Okay, why are you not going into my little vehicle? All right, there we go. Let's go get some. Again, the cool thing is that this stuff is at the level at which I'm at right now. So I don't... Car all crazy. I don't have to actually go up to where that stuff is. So it's down here, so I can just grab some from the actual production level, or I can grab it from the tower level up there. This saves me lots of time in construction. It's good to have it at multiple levels, so while you're working on those different levels, they're easy to access. Okay, so what were we doing where we ran out of concrete? I don't remember. Okay, so the same thing here. We're going to first start with our foundry production. So we'll want to put this in here. Now notice how it doesn't quite align. It's actually going to be offset a bit like this. So let's first, though, put in our splitter, because that's where we always want to start. Now, the great thing about a splitter, this is called inline running, where you're running your splitters all in line and then just connecting whatever else you're adding. And what it does allows you for future expansion. You can just keep adding more and more and more of them down the road. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use one foundry, because, again, we have the power of time. That power of time means that we make one foundry, and it will make a massive ton of stuff over the next week, and then we'll have a bunch of that stuff backlogged and not have to worry about it, really. Because we're going to make some steel ingots, going to make 45 per, and then we'll just split those in half and just let it run and run and run as much as we want, right? Now, the other thing we want to do is the same thing over here, is we want to have the ability to bring this up and also split this here. But the problem is of course, we can't split from the left here. We'd have to split up and over so that we could add more of these down the run. And that's exactly what we would do. We would go up and then around on the first one. And then this one, we would then just use this one as well. Now, again, the problem is going to be in the long run, where getting it from here to the next one is going to be pretty tough, because you have 2 of these, and if you're splitting 2 of those, it's basically going to block each other. So what I recommend is not putting this right here. So you know what? Let's not do that. Let's go ahead and do a lifter like this, where this one's up just a little bit, something like that. So this one here can run underneath. Right, so you can run it under that lower part. And so to do a lifter, though, you're going to have to offset this out a bit, like this maybe. And then let's go ahead and put our lifter in the back of here, if it's going to let us get in there. Still a little too close. Now what you can also do is just get a general idea by putting a lifter right here. And that'll give you a general idea of how far to put your foundry out. And this is when it starts getting tricky, when you start using multiple inputs. Now, normally you do this when you're doing stuff like your reinforced iron plates. But in this case, this is what we're going to do. All right, so there we go. So we actually want to put this over here, and we want this to be up one more. And we'll turn it like that. Very nice. We want this to be up one more, and then the kind of final goal is to get this to go right into that top one, like that. Now, I actually probably could move that back just ever so slightly. Let's try to move that back just a little bit. Hopefully we can remember where we were, and if it wants to turn the right direction. Let's see if we can get away with... I think we're kind of between a rock and a hard place here. As well, yeah, kind of in between where we can do that. All right, let's try it again. There's where we just were. Yeah, I think we don't have much of a choice. I think we're gonna have to end up like that. Now, in theory, it should still work, but we'll see. No, still in the way. All right, hold on. Let's take these bottom ones out. Let's see if we can get it in there now. There we go. Sometimes those bottom ones are obstructing your ability to attach in there. That's perfect. All right, perfecto. So now, and as you can see on this one, we're going to go ahead and lift this one way up to there. Like that. And that basically puts it on 2 different levels so that it's not obstructing. And then we can just, now that we got the line set up, nothing else we need to do. We can just go ahead and add another one, run the one underneath, and then run the one across the top as well. I do the one on the top first and then do the ones underneath after. But I'll go ahead and show you by adding another one here in just a second. We got to add that in. Let's go ahead and add another one in. And this time we're going to go ahead and put this in first because it's going to make it easier. Now, anytime you add these in, everybody, this should be the last thing you do is to add that in. So I'm going to take that back out just in case. Put this in here. Always keep that in mind. Always add those last. Otherwise, they have a tendency not to work. And then same thing here. We're going to grab this splitter. And we're going to try to line both of these up. We're going to orient it in such a way that it's going like that. And then again, this should just run underneath there like that. And then this one should run in the direction of the arrows. Green arrows are outputs. Orange is an input. So it's coming in from that side through here from the other one. So we want to go there. There, but it doesn't really matter. The bottom 2 don't matter because we're not going to use those. The only one that matters is the top one, like that. And then we take these 2 out. We connect this across over to here. Then we do our lifter last, right? So we can go ahead and get that lifter up into there. And now we've run it up to the top side. And then here on the lower side, we run it to there and run it to there. I'm talking next level right there, bro. Let's do it. Now, another thing that we could do is instead of doing all of this work up here, we could say, you know what? I'm not going to do any of that. Screw that. You know what? I'm not going to do any of that stuff at all. Because you know what? That just makes our stuff look junky up here, right? It just looks junky. What we could do is we could say, you know what? We're going to take all of this out here. And actually, I could just be hitting Control. There we go. Let's take all of this out and make it look 1,000 times better. By simply doing, let's actually back this up too. By doing this. So we're going to go in here. We're going to line that up. Actually, let's move it over by 1. There we go. And then we'll do this. Then we'll take this out and we'll go ahead and move this back right up in here like this. Now, we've already done this on our power. But we're going to do it here as well and make this super clean where this actually is going to just come up from down below and all of that kind of splitting and merging and all of that stuff is going to happen underneath in the run level. So you don't even have to look at any of that junk. It's just going to simply be super clean up here on the production level, and then on the run level, that's where you put all the ugly stuff out of your vision, out of your ability to see it. As well. Let's put that there and that there. Again, you want to run these first to know what direction it's supposed to go. It's supposed to come up and then go across here. Let me catch up on the chat here a little bit. Does anything attack you in this game? Yes. There's a whole bunch of stuff that does attack you. Who's that emote based on? It's based on me. That's me. That's me in the game. In New World. I'm holding my life staff and my ice gauntlet, and I got my red hair, which is my signature thing in most games. Absolutely. That's who that is. Now, I forgot to tell you guys, we have follow stuff here. Hold on a second. Actually, I should put it over here, too. Let me jump over to my other... I meant to say that when I went to my office, and I totally forgot, everybody. I forget a lot of stuff. Oh, I already have it here. Okay. Right here, there it is. It's on my face though. Let's go ahead and go out of there. Let's move this out of there, up to there. There we go. All right, you got new follower emotes, everybody. There we go. Nice and big. If you are new to my stream or you've been here forever, guess what? These emotes typically were on another program, Franker Face and Better TTV, and they still are. But now you got them right here in the stream. You don't need those extensions. You can go ahead and use all of those brand new follower emotes right here in the stream. So if you hit that follow button, bam, instant emotes, you're styling. As well as you can go and try to get those other free extensions, which give you even more free emotes here in my channel. I know, right? Cool, right? Cool. So feel free to test them out in the chat. Those are brand new. Saltbot is back. He is back, Raz. There you go. He is back and ready to watch after my chat. All right. So that's the thing we want, right? We want that nice looking thing of that nature. All right. Now let's go ahead and work back here. A little bit of this. Let's see. This is up by 3. Yep. Okay. So oh, we got our power right there too, but that's okay. We'll just go with it. And see if this is actually going to be perfect, and it is. Awesome. Awesome. Now, I was running these perfectly straight up like this, but I'm getting to the point now where it's just easier if you just kind of cross-connect them like that. Oop, and that one actually is clipping. No clipping. No. Right there. And right there. Very much nicer. All right. So we'll run that power there. Now, the funny irony is we do have some power right here. But this particular one right here... Oh, God, what is going on? Why am I moving? Why am I jumping? The car is making me jump. You see me jump? Now, that's a Mark 1, and it can only have 4 connections, and it has 4 connections on it. But we have recently upgraded, so we can go ahead and... Is that a double wall outlet is on both sides? It is. Okay. We've upgraded, so we can now get a double wall outlet Mark 2... and go up here if we don't have any quick wire. All right, we got to get some quick wire. Let's run over here to the tower. We'll do that battle here in just a moment. Let's go grab some quick wire. Now, luckily, we put some extra quick wire over here. Now, there's also some down on that level. I could have ran over there and grabbed it, but I believe this is a bit closer. So let's go with that. And then back down through here we go. Like that. All right, looking sharp. Now I forgot where I was going. I'm going this way. There we go. I get turned around sometimes. And sometimes when I got my vehicle, it spins me around. Okay, so we need some quick wire. So once you're starting to make quick wire, you can go ahead and upgrade these so they have more connections. And so we can go ahead and grab this here and just straight connect that right to there. Nice and easy. Oh, well, I thought it was going to be easy, but let's just try it a second time. There we go. Now it's easy. And we'll just let that, just say that we drilled a hole in there and we ran it in between that foundation, and that's fine. Okay, and now these we need to tell them what to be. Steel. And then over here, steel. Now you're like, well, Kismet, do you have enough? Do you have 45 per minute and all of that? Well, guess what? I have such a huge backlog of both iron ore and coal that it doesn't really matter. Because by the time this is done using it all, it will actually fill up both boxes by then. Now, one of these we're going to use for one type, and the other ones we're going to use for another type. So we want this to produce these, and we want it to go ahead and do the same thing we've been doing way over here. Let's see, on the inside here with these boxes. So we want these boxes to end up right over here. Yes, like this. So let me move my little vehicle out of the way. Pop it around the corner here. Right there. And then we're going to grab a box from over there. And we'll go ahead and put our box over here for this time. Like this. And we'll want to go ahead and backlog a bunch of these as well. God, made me jump again. I hate that. I hate that feeling of falling, everybody. I have constant vertigo. And it makes me feel like I'm going to fall. Even though I'm sitting down in my chair. I know, it's weird. It's weird having that messed up feeling all the time. Okay, so now what we want to do is backlog a bunch of steel ingots from here into these boxes here. Now, this particular one, I've done it way over here, so it's not really at the end like I typically do over there. But eventually, we'll add more steel across here. But for right now, we want to go ahead and put mergers in on this side. So let's just take a look at what we're doing here and get our input on this direction. Why is that not showing me a green line? But whatever, we'll just to that direction. There we go. And then same thing up here. Oh, that's why it's not showing me a green line, because it's not lined up. It's a dead giveaway. All right. Do it again. Do it till you get it right. All right, there we go. And that's going to merge into this one. And then we'll just go ahead and make this easy for now and just do that the wrong way. And do this way. There we go. And then run this, hopefully, all the way over here. Let's see. Ah, yes. Okay. Now, we can always go back later, take that out, and just keep on adding more of these all the way down the line here. And we're going to start using larger spaces now for our stuff, because we're going to start using larger manufacturers and whatnot to get this going on. Like this. And like that. Okay. Now, also along this same kind of line, we are also going to need the stuff that comes from all of the steel stuff. So now, again, we're going to go in the opposite direction. We're going to leave a single thing. Or actually, let's make a double one here so we can make a ramp down. Probably a good idea. And we'll put our ramp down right here so we can work underneath here, which we're going to do here in a bit. And something like... Come on, a little zooping. There we go. Something like that. Now, we'll come back to that in a bit. Let's go ahead and do a battle first, and then we'll come back. To battle! Thanks for that, Lurker Love, Raz. Appreciate it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and boost your guys' range damage and see if my 200 IQ move here has paid off. Let's go. Holy mackerel. You guys crushed that one. Way to go. All right, here we go. Give you guys some love here. I am Death. Akia walking away with some loot. I am Death again, coming in, crushing it. I can't remember. Is it I am Death that I give 1,000 kiss caps for? I can't remember. And since I can't remember, boom, 1,000 kiss caps more. 6 units and is the MVP. And his kill and assists are 6 and 9. So 69 right there. Very nice. All right, let's keep going through the middle. We got to kind of make our way to Grandma's house here as well. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Lots of units down here in the bottom right corner. I feel like that 200 IQ move worked perfectly. Let's do the same thing over here. Let's try to push into this big bulk of peeps and then hopefully turn around and come back, wipe out all these other ones. We'll come back to that in a bit as well. All right, now this one we're kind of doing reverse of the way that we did it before. So we're kind of moving it down and then, of course, moving it across this way. Now, again, we're going to move it over here, and we're going to line it up kind of offset here. And we're going to bring this up, and we're going to put it right here. Now, to do the one right here, we can go ahead and throw down the constructor here. And take a look at what we can make. So we can make steel beams and we can make steel pipes. So again, these ones are just using the constructors, but we have to use something that's actually using 2 inputs there first, and then we can go ahead and do all these steel beams and all of that. But we definitely need to go in and leave ourselves room for expansion for later. Definitely thinking in the long term on this one. That's why it's taking it so long to get to the end, because we are thinking in the long term and how we're building so that when we do get to nuclear power and we do get to there, it'll already be set up for easy peasy expansion where we don't have to go back and tear the whole thing down and redo the whole thing. And that's why I'm just doing the constructor stuff now, except for this this as well. Now, I wish they'd make it where these splitters and things just actually attach to the back of stuff, or they attach to the extractors. You know, they just attach directly to it, so you don't have to also put a line in between. That would be a great change if you had that option as well. And we're just doing 3 of them because, again, we have the power of time. The power of time, if you have your own server or if you just let your computer run, you have the power of time where you don't have to make a gigantic factory to do a ton of stuff because it's automatically going to do it for you right there. Now, another thing we can do here, same thing here, we can do this underneath, but since this is so easy just to run it up here, and then we can keep adding it up here by just adding more splitters instead of going underneath each time. On this one, we're going to go ahead and keep it up here. And we're going to see over time, is it more cumbersome to do it underneath, like we're going to do over here, or is it easier to do it up here? And very rarely do I ever put it at the... put it at the ground level like this. Typically, I will raise these up off the ground so you have this kind of flow through there. But if it's in its own little factory, it doesn't really matter. It just makes it a bit easier to just run it on the ground level. So we're going to say 3 steel beams here. We're going to get those going right over there. And then again, same thing over here. We're going to go ahead and put our boxes. So let's put our boxes over here so we kind of know where we're aiming for. And I'm aiming this all toward the tower, by the way, and all toward this one kind of long line here, which is our train area right through here. So I'm just trying to keep all of this stuff in that same vein, in that same style, and then just using that same style. Oh, wow, we need the actual things that we need to make here to make more of these. So we need to actually stop in this production because we're basically out of the stuff we need. So let's go ahead and run this way over here, like this, so we can get our power going here. We need to start this up. We need to get this going. Otherwise, we won't have enough to run any further lines. So I think we have enough to get this going here. Oh, come on. There we go. How many more do we have? We have 13. So yeah, we don't have enough to run those lines. So here's a great little trick. You just take this, take these back out, because the great thing about Satisfactory is that it does give you your resources back when you take this out. So if you do run low on resources, just scalp some stuff that you don't really need that much. And then we'll just get one of these running right here. We'll get that one running, and then we should be good. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and grab this. And normally I run this underneath, so we're going to go ahead and put this right there. And then we'll go like this, and we'll see how well we've done down here. Oh, boy, we need to bring this across here. Like that. Okay, and then maybe a little bit of this way. One of those. There we go. And so what we want to do is run this down below there to connect the power down below. So let's go down. And then we'll also fix this up a bit. So we'll take out the rest of these unneeded ramps, and we'll fill this in, and we'll run that way down there. We'll zoop this a couple levels deep so we don't fall off, hopefully. Sometimes it does still happen. And I see we got a couple missing down here. Let's go ahead and get those in before we fall through those again. Or for the first time today, but we fell through another one earlier, so. All right, we've got some power over here that we can tap into, so we'll go ahead and just run this power. And look at all these things under here that we're going to be feeding up there. So we got to think about where we're running this power. Now, this power thing is also full, so we need to see if it's a double-sided. It is. And the same thing here. Now we can get in here and we can upgrade these over time. So, all right, we're going to want to leave this out just a bit here. So that it doesn't interfere with this. So we'll go here, and then we'll go across, and then we'll run this on the outside, way down here. Let's say something like this. And then we'll grab this one from up here. Ah, yeah, that one's kind of centered. can we do there? Let's just put it on there like that, and then we'll just do something like this. All right, there we go. Turn that little corner, and then connect it to this, and then fill this back in. And there we go. So now we got the power running up there, so we're looking good. But we need to get our basic resources running down here. So we're going to go ahead, fill this in again. You know, a lot of concrete and a lot of plates to build stuff at this size. So always have your plates and concrete going. At least have a box full of it. I currently have 6 boxes because, again, I have the power of time. Just let it run all week long, and then when we come in, bam, we got tons of resources, build whatever we want. Okay, so now we have to figure out the logistics of this and how to feed this in here from there. Now, there's actually a really easy way to do this, everybody, and that is to feed from different directions. So we can feed this one, say, from that direction. Oh, unless it doesn't want to do it. All right, let's try that again. Okay, does not want to let me do it. All right, fine. Hold on, let's put this in so we don't fall down to that level. Let's try it again. All right, come on. Give it to me here. There we go. Okay, so it's going to feed from that direction, and in this case, we're going to feed it from the other direction, right? So now they're not running into each other. They're feeding from 2 separate lines, which you can't do up above because the machinery is in the way. So I thought of this the other day. I think it was last week or week before. That what a brilliant way of solving that problem. So you don't need all the lifters and you don't need all that multiple level stuff that we did up above. All we have to do is just run it from different sides. And then it will run up into there very easily. So we need to pick one of these for coal and one of these for iron. Now iron is probably pretty easy because iron is literally coming up right here. And it's going to be the raw iron, right? Now, we also have the ability to do cool stuff like this. We can take this out and we can go to our walls. And we can also use our conveyor walls now, which is basically something like this, where we can go ahead and say split this raw ore, and then run that back that way. So we're grabbing the raw ore and then putting it over there. But that's actually not the way to do it because this is all backlogged in a bunch of boxes up here. So we want to actually tap into this one. Because then it would have a backlog of 5 boxes to utilize and run out for us to use. So that'd be the smarter thing to do, is to grab this and then just run that back over there. Now the problem is I'm out of conveyor belts, so I can't actually make any more of these conveyor belts to run over there. And that's usually what happens in the game a lot, is you'll run out of resources. But hopefully we have enough stuff where we can go in here and we could make it manually. Weird that this is in a different order now. Look at how it's in a different order. The rotors and stuff at the top. I don't know how I did that, but there you go. So to do that, we're going to need coal and we're going to need iron ore, and we're going to try to make some ourselves because we ran out. So let's go ahead and just grab some over here. Now, the second I grab some out of here, you know what's going to happen? It's going to start up our extractors again. And those extractors are going to take power. And get running. And the same thing here when I grab this coal over here, though the coal is always running anyway, because it needs to always run because it's being burnt up over there. So even if I do pull that out of there, it doesn't matter. It's going to fill back up fairly quickly because I'm not using all of the coal right now. And so we'll grab that and then we'll just kind of manually do this. Now I suggest every so often down the line here that you have yourself a little crafting bench, because you can put these crafting benches all over the place. But right here is a great spot for it. It's easy to see. And we can go in and make a bunch of steel ingots. Now, I could literally just go like this and let it run. Now, I could also do what I call offline production, where I build a constructor. I go ahead and take those elements, and I just put them directly into the actual constructor itself. So, since we have this running over here, right, but we don't have enough items to make it run, we can literally just walk over here, because we have power, and put it into the actual thing, right? So you just hold down Control over here and put in, over here, sorry. Go over here and hold down Control. We got to put it in the steel ignite thing over here. Right here. There we go. And literally just put that right in there and let it do some of it for us as well while we're busy making some over here. So now we're kind of doubling up, right? So we're making it there. But, again, since we have 2 of them, we can go ahead and do, again, what I call offline production, where it just runs. It's not being fed any of those resources, but it is actually running those resources out and making those resources for you temporarily until the point in which you can build it up to where it's doing it automatically. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to build all of those, and then it's going to run those across and end up right over here at this very last one, which allows us to see it by just kind of running that out. And we can see now that it's making us a bunch. So we don't even have to do it, right? Even though, again, we just took the raw resources and piped them in there. You just want to make sure you got enough power. Now, every now and again along these power poles here, I strongly suggest that you grab the power, wherever the power is. Oh, I already got one. And you put a power pole there. This allows you to take a look at your production. Now, the gray line is the actual amount of power that I have. The blue line is if I have everything running at the same time, which you can see normally is higher than the actual maximum output of my entire factory, or the maximum power in my entire factory. And that's how you work very efficiently, is the fact that you're not using everything at the same time. Right? You made a bunch of plates. Your plates are done. GG. That's it. You're good. And it's filled up a box full of plates. So if you need plates, you know where to get them from. Same thing with the rods and everything else. Eventually, this actually will drop way down because it'll also stop making the other copper stuff that we just worked on today, because it's going to fill up all of those boxes with copper, wire, and all of that stuff. So all of that stuff will be done. So eventually, it actually will go down, then up. And that's how I manage my power. So I don't have to spend hours and hours and hours bringing more and more coal and more oil and more stuff to have to make all of that stuff, right? And it's a very efficient way of playing. So you're not consuming massive tons of time doing that power. Now, eventually, of course, we want to build a lot of power. Eventually, we want to have our trains go and get us a bunch of oil and get us a bunch of coal and all of that stuff, and uranium eventually, and then, of course, producing all of that power. So we'll get into all of that eventually, but we will be basically just kind of maximizing our time, because I only have so much time. I'll play 1 day a week, and we only usually play for a few hours. So good to maximize that time. Now, this has already burned up both the iron and the coal. And over here, same thing here. And now I have a bunch of steel ingots. All right, awesome. Now I can take those steel ingots and do the same thing I just did and run over here and try not to fall to my doom there. There we go. And run over here and just look and see if this is all set up. Well, it's not set up because I don't have enough to run these lines. The only one that's set up is this one. Really, but I don't even need the lines because I have the actual ingot. So I can go ahead and just run those in there, and it will do the steel beams there. And then same thing here. And then what I can also do is just cut this in half by going right-clicking and just putting half of that in there, and then half of that in here. So you don't actually need to run all the lines to make it work. You can do a bunch of offline production and let that run. And that's now going to make me more of that stuff. So eventually I can get to a point where it's making all of the stuff for me. Now, where are my steel beams going to be best used, right? Where can I use them the best? Well, I would definitely start using it back here, so it's making you a bunch of the basic stuff. And then eventually we'll connect it over to there. So let's try to get this going first. So while we're waiting for that to run, let's go ahead and run back down here and make sure we go the right one. Get it going. Hey, Olaf, what up? Thanks for hanging out. GG, yeah, right. Big GG's in the chat. Let's get it going. Oh, hydrate. Oh, that's a good idea. Let's do it. Nothing like a good hydration. All right, there we go. Thank you, Ems, for that reminder. Okay. So we want to, of course, get all of these resources up here. So we want to go ahead and get this like we're trying to do. We want to try to get this one from here back to here. But we need 24 of those. So let's, again, get back up here. Grab those resources. Use our little vehicle. Now, because I don't have this tied to the boxes, it's not going to be in the boxes. It's just going to be in the constructors themselves. So we'll just grab those out of there like this. And we'll just kind of limp our way along right here. with the, this way, with the amount of stuff we've already got. All right, and that stuff is stopped. Now, here's another little trick, too. If you do have some steel ingots left, you want to pull them out of there like this, and then try to consolidate them into one. So you may have enough to do it. In this case, we don't. We only have 3 or 4. But you never know. Across those 3, you might have enough for just like 1 more, and that's as much as you need. You need that one last one. Happens quite often. Okay, and then back in the hypertube. We nicely have a hypertube for this one. And one more time. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and take this. Run this back this way. Okay, now the tricky part. The tricky part is getting your splitters to line up way up in the sky there, which is really awkward. So we need to go ahead and do something like this where we line up our iron here. Let's say the second one's going to be iron. And we'll just try to eyeball it here a little bit. Let's say something like this. Back it up just a little bit. And then we'll also zoop our way up to kind of where we want it to be. Let's say there. We'll give it a little bit of an angle up just to make it easier for us to work with it. And then we'll go ahead and run this up there. Now, why am I running it from there? Well, the reason why I'm running it from there is so I can get the first one established, which is going to be our splitter. And we can kind of put it at an angle like that. And then we basically have the precedent of how we can set the rest of these. And we can just go ahead and run this out of here into there. Oh, that's supposed to be on. Oh, we got to do it from the side. Oh, yeah, I forgot. All right, okay, we got to do that from the side because we want to run this way. Okay. We got this. We got this. Run it like this. Oh, and we're out of... Always out of something, everybody. We're out of plates. Let's just take this back out. Take this out. And then we'll go ahead and run it long ways. Let's say right here. Well, actually, let's line it up to this. Where is this at? Now, it's not in just what you're doing, it's in how you're doing it, everybody. And so what we want to do is get this fairly straight. That looks pretty good. And then take this out. And so we've got the top one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 there. And we might want to go up one more. One more, I think. Just to bring it up just a little bit. It's going to be at an angle. It's not going to be perfectly straight, but that's okay. We'll go angle it up. Just so it's up higher toward the top. And then we can go ahead and run this across. So, now we want to run this nice and straight from this. Doesn't matter how far we run it because we're not going to really utilize all the rest of that stuff. Let's go through here. Get some more plates. Let's just run. We'll just run up here and grab some of these plates. You're always out of something. Doesn't matter what it is. You're always going, I'm out of this, that, and the other thing. Again, we're really starting up a lot of different parts of the factory at the same time. Now that I just did that, it's going to start up the ingots. It's going to start that up and do a bunch of stuff. Again, bringing our power up, and you're going to see it, you know, start to rise here. At some point, once all this goes up, yeah, slightly going up, up, up. Again, we got to watch that power. Running that, we needed more stuff down here so we can have our stuff. All right, so here, turn our light back on, and we are running this at 6. Let's grab this, run this forward. Doesn't matter how far we run it. And we'll go ahead and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one. And we'll just run that across. Now, what this is going to do is make it super easy, right? So now we can just do a splitter like this. There we go. And that seems like it's going down. Is it just me? It is going down. All right, maybe I miscounted. Maybe it's supposed to be 7. Let's add another one because I can just visually see that it's not straight. So let's go ahead and add another one there. There we go. Very nice. And then again, since we have so much room, we can very easily just put a splitter and try to line that splitter up like this. And then notice it does the green line even when you're doing this now, which is super cool. And you can go ahead and line that up and then just run it from there, run it from here, and there we go. And you guess what we're going to do on the other side? That's right, the same exact thing as we just did. The only problem is our ramp is a bit in the way, but it's not that much in the way. And we're just going to kind of look and say, okay, well, hey, if that one's going way out there where this thing is, we'll go ahead and do the same thing, kind of symmetrically on the other side here, and line it up to this. And again, try to go up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try 7. Let's do 7. See how 7 looks. And rinse and repeat, everybody. Right over here. Now we're going to try to get this done, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a break here in a bit. But again, remember, it doesn't matter how long this is, because you're going to extend that eventually when you add more. And we're just trying to line both of these up. 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'd be nice if it counted it for you, too, when you're going up there, and there's a little number that comes up and counts it. That would be nice as well. Oh, no more conveyor belts. Oh, bump, 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 bump. Sad face. That's okay. We'll get this one back. And actually, we don't even really want to run too far, but we want to run this across because now we still need to get this across to here, and we need to get more of this done. So let's go ahead again, since we are out of resources, take a break here and kind of head back up here. Now, I wonder if I have any extra laying around somewhere in one of these boxes that I typically would throw stuff in when I'm trying to move resources around. So we'll go ahead and try that first. Let's go ahead and head back and look in this box. Is there any in here? Nothing in there that I can see. I've got extra resources in here. Nothing in there. Nothing in this one. And nothing probably in our original boxes because we grabbed all those out earlier. But we can still grab the ones in the front if we want. But I typically, I'll leave at least one so it reminds me. So none in there. Do we got any in the box here? No. So we are totally out of all of those. So let's go have it make us some more. Right over here. And this time we'll get serious now. We're gonna have it seriously make us a bunch. All right. And the skates make this a lot easier. A lot easier to go from A to Z and all of that stuff. All right, and then here, let's get serious. Serious. So serious. Don't listen to me, Siri. I'm not that serious. All right. Let's really get that going. All right, there we go. Now, another thing that we can do, since we already have the iron running in there, is we could basically just kind of tap into the underneath and run the coal in its own little box. We already have the iron, so the iron's going to run over. So I really don't need to feed that in there. But I do need to feed the coal up there, right, into those things. And so I could go ahead and create a box and do that. Now, the problem with the boxes is they use the plates as well. So I can't even use those. I could use just a smaller box, which just use rods and plates like this. And then at least I could feed it into one side, right? We could at least get that going. But again, the lifters do take that stuff as well. Now this actually would probably be better from back here. If I was going to do something crazy like this, we would do it something like way back here. And then you try to run the line from here up into there. And I'm missing just by a couple. So maybe we can move this forward just a little bit. We're really making this a little wonky. But you know what? Let's just embrace it. Now it's clipping through this other item here. So I now got to figure out a way of getting this to go like this and then bringing it way up like that and then getting it to go up there, but too steep. All right, what else can we do? Let's think of some stuff. Let's go ahead and just stack. Oh, I'm out of rods, which I have a ton of, but let's go get some more. This is how this game goes, everybody. Just out of something every minute of the day. Now, what's closer? Is the rods way over there closer, or is up here closer? I'm going to say up here is closer. Let's go ahead and grab it. Now, I also need to add some hypertubes that take me to the end of the factory. But now I've got my rods started up. Whenever I take the rods out of there, it's going to start up my rod production and run it over, which it was already running anyway. But we're going to get that going as well. And again, we're going to start to see our production inch up, up, and up. The more... See that? Look at that whole line jumped up right there. Do you see that? Went from about 6 or so up to about 7 or 8 now. Again, pushing our luck. But we're going to keep trying to ride that edge. All right, and we're trying to, force feed some of this coal in here. And we're just going to go ahead and manually feed it. Because that's actually the easiest way, is just manually feed it in there and keep it running for right now. All right, we'll take all of these out. And we'll go over here and manually feed these. And again, we'll do that one there. And then we'll just do this one in the next one here. We'll end up with one left over. So let's put that one in there and see if that is going to work out. Okay, so now these are kind of manually running until I get enough to get it all running. And our big goal today is to get our steel production back up running. Not only our beams, but also our pipes as well. So if we get the beams going, then we'll have enough because it'll just start running and make us a ton. And then it will make it all week long. And then when we come in, we'll have 5 boxes of the stuff and we won't ever have to worry about it again in this particular factory, which is great. Unless we lose power. We lose power, then we'll have to worry about it. All right, and this is sending more over here. Now 78 more. Let's grab this. Again, let's take this one out here so we can just kind of cross-run. Whoop, over there. There we go. And we'll get to this last one here and have it do some more as well. Alright, and we'll run around the front here, and we'll grab what we got. So we can try to get this in there. Like this, and, extend that so I don't fall to my death again. Alright, you missed it earlier, everybody. I took out a plate, I walked by, and right down I went. It happens, right? You forget. You forget that you took that out, or you did the thing and the stuff and the thing. Alright. We're back here. We're not really going to use that. I was just using that as an example. Alright, so now we want to get this over here. So we want to go ahead and maybe do this. Bring this up, much like we did over here. Let's grab this one and put it here, like this. And then we're going to do the same kind of thing here, where we take this, run it up into here, and then we'll run that across over there. And then very easily put our splitters in. I love the fact that it now kind of really shows you the splitting alignment from way over here. Now we could try to perfectly line it up, everybody, but because I have it at such a distance, it doesn't really matter that much. It just allows it to feed real easy, and then I can just keep that pattern going all the way down. Now see the rest of this here? I can actually just take that out and get that back. So I can use it for getting the coal over here. Now, our coal is way over here. And our coal is actually being run to our power plant. So we're going to tap into that line and also run it. But we're not going to use the actual line that we're running our power plant. And the reason why is because we don't want to slow down the running of our coal, right? And we actually have 2 lines running there. One for the front line and one for the back line. And right now it is using 240 coal. So that means if I split it, it's going to cut it down to 120 one way and 120 the other way, which means our power plants would go off. So you definitely don't want that to happen. So we want to go ahead and tap in to its own thing. So we have one going down this way and one going down that way, and they are merging in this direction. So we can go ahead and tap a third one over here and actually make it go down below as well. So we're going to go ahead and tap that one right there and hope that's not being blocked by anything underneath. Let's take a look. Nope. That looks good. All right. Now, another thing we can do, which I just thought of this second, is we could actually just go down like this. God, why didn't I think of that earlier? Wow, I just learned something. You just saw it live on stream, everybody. You just take the thing out, put that down there, so now you can go ahead and put the one up on top And then it's already ready to go once you connect all this together. Oh my gosh, what a great learning experience that just was. That is going to help a lot. Man, I wish I'd thought of that, like, you know, how many ever hours I am into this playthrough. So now it's also going to siphon it off this way. Now, the problem, again, if I siphon it right here, and I'm actually not going to, if I siphon it right here, it's going to take the 240 from here and cut it into 120 and 120 again. So that's definitely not the right thing to do. Let's go ahead and take that out right here. There we go. And let's actually siphon it from one back. And then this way, when it's coming out of the box, so these boxes are full. So we won't have that problem. Now, another thing we could do also is do it way at the very beginning, right? This is where the actual raw stuff is coming in there. And actually I have double coming in. You see I have one coming in here and then one coming in from there. So this one is going in and then first feeding that box. This one's first coming in and feeding that box. Now, I don't remember what speeds those are, and I should really label them. So I don't have to run all the way back to the original node and say, okay, this one's coming from this direction, this one's a pure node, and this one's a normal node. You should definitely label all of your stuff, and you have signs now that you can put down and label all this cool stuff, which we'll do eventually, but we're going to just go ahead and tap the in node here and cross our fingers. The old cross your fingers move. Okay, so we're going to do this again, and we just learned this cool technique right here where we can just go ahead and do this wonderful thing. Awesome. And then we can go ahead and put this in like that in the proper direction. That's now going to run down there. And then we can probably just jump down. What's this here? I got my skates are doing weird stuff. Okay, so now we got that coal going there. Let's jump down. Might take a little damage. No, we didn't. All right, cool. Because we have our blades on. Okay, now we need to get this from right here all the way over to where we have it over there. So probably the best thing to do is try to run it straight, but we have a line in the way here. So let's just try to go ahead and, again, fill all this in. Really getting this filled in today. Look at that. Look at the cool line run over here. Neato, right? Now, the problem with doing a lot of line runs like that is later on you're going to want to come back and upgrade all of that stuff to faster lines, which we will do when we get eventually to aluminum and all of that stuff. Again, not trying to rush to the end. As you can see, I'm just taking my time, working on the basics, putting them in their proper bases, and not just trying to get to the end of the game as quick as possible, which I have done in the past. Again, I played through, 30, 40, 50 times. I can't even remember. For years and years and years now, everybody. I have done many a base. And I feel like every time I try to try something different, I learn a ton of stuff. And that's why I try to iterate on my bases as much as possible. Okay, so we want to go ahead and not use our chainsaw. What the heck was that? Yeah, their chainsaw. I want to go ahead and hit F there. And we want to grab this. And either try to run it over the top of that or under it. And I'm going to try to run it under. And we'll try to line up basically where this is at. And then try to get an idea of where that's at. And let's try to go up and let's say, and this is coal. So we don't really, we could run it pretty close without it clipping through there. I'm talking about the stuff that's on the top. We could clip through there. But I think I'm just going to bring it down just a little extra. Yeah, so we know it's got plenty. Now, oh, that's a problem. See that? How that's not running down through there? Now, why is that not running? This is going in the right direction. Why is that not working? Okay, so we got to go figure out why that is not running down into there. This has got plenty. Is this connected? Yeah, this looks like it's running in there. But this thing right here, apparently, not working correctly because it wants to make me do this whole entire thing again. This is a merger. Oh, okay. These are mergers. That's an input, and this is the output here. So we can't tap into that. And this is a merger here. So we need to, we need to do something. more like this, where we take out this top one. And we'll use this top one here as our down level. This is coming out of here and going out this way, and this is supposed to be an input. That's why that's not working. Okay. We got it. We got this. And then this needs to go the opposite direction. So we'll take out the floor here. And then we'll put it... Oh, it's hard to see it from right here. Yeah, we can't see it like we could that other one, which was right on the edge. So... let's try something a little tricky here. What if we did something like this? We jumped on this. We just walked on the edge so it doesn't make us move. And then we get underneath here and we run that in the direction we want, and then we just move and it just brings us right back up again. There we go. Look at us getting tricky. Getting tricky. Okay, we'll take that out like that. Okay, so now we want to get this down into there from up on top. So we'll go ahead and get close to this so we can get this. And we'll run that to our proper level, which is probably right there. And let's go for it. Too close. Too close to do that. Good question. I'll have to run it from in front still. All right, so let's just run it from in front. Then we can just turn it and we'll go straight. All right, we were right the first time. So let's go this way. Let's put this back in. Let's do this. Now we got a vision of what we want to do. This here, and then here on the top, and then this one straight out to there. Nope, okay, or not do it. Whatever you feel like doing, bro. I hate when I click it, I tell it confirmed, and then it doesn't do it. I've been noticing that a lot in this particular playthrough. All right, so there we go. So this one now going to go down and into there. And now we are looking sharp. Okay, that's good. Oh, wait, I should have just jumped down there first. Whee! Curse flat. Normally you would take damage right there, or maybe even die at that run right there. So now we run this to here again, and we should go up here and see that we see some coal. All right, now, all that part over there is now done. Don't touch that. Don't try to take that back out again or do anything with that. If you got it working, don't mess with it, because you'll regret it. That's why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 here. How are we doing on our battle? Oh, our battle's ready to rock. Let's go ahead and take this up really far now. Way up here. Up out of the way. And should be able to rise this back up here again. Oh, look at this. Look at this. More. We need more. More of our little steel beams. The little beams that could. Alright, let's run up here. Again, we're trying to get to a point. That's why I had to switch to this, everybody. Or, we'd really be in trouble. All right, more over here. Let's grab whatever steel beams we got. Over here, and we got 16 there. Come on. Oh, over here. Wrong way. Going the wrong way with those. And then 17 there. 41. That's got to be close. Let's just jump down here. So we can walk under there. Okay, so yeah, we got a long ways to go here. We're going to need a lot more than this. We might have to queue up some more. All right, let's leave them with 16. We're trying to get to this. So let's just go ahead and line this up. Which one is this? The inner one. So let's go ahead and bring this. One down from the top. Bring that across that way to just try to line that up nicely. And then we want to go ahead and line this up. So it's like this, but forward a couple. Let's say that. And let's go 2 down. And then we'll go, oops, not this way, into there. Okay, so yeah, so this one to there, that to there, and then we'll have it. But sadly, we do not have enough to do that. So let's go up here, get in our little vehicle. Or actually, I don't need to go that far. I can just, where am I at? Whoa, turned around. This way. Okay, I was literally right here. Oh, wait, it's already got that. All we need is the coal. Coal is what we need. And that's what, wait, I got some on me. A little bit. All right, a little bit. I can go ahead and get that going. Hold on. Let's put that into here. Get that going and go get some more. We're so close here. Now, it's going to be a bit of a struggle until we get our plates going. But once we get our plates going, then this will be fairly easy. Because it'll just make us non-stop plates. And that's the kind of state we're in now. Beams in this case. Is just making a ton of these steel beams. Whoa, okay, that's too much. Too much there. Let's just take a few. Like that. And, oh, going the wrong direction. This way. And I'm just trying to keep the factory on so I don't have to go build more power. Just enough to get these steel beams going. As well. Okay, so there we go. We're back, and it loves to spin me around in a weird direction. More coal there. And then over here, same thing, more coal. Get both of those running. We've got a bunch here. Let's take all of those. Now, instead of me manually doing it in the thing, I'm just over here letting it do it kind of in an offline fashion, where I go ahead and just put it in the machine, and then the machine does it. That's why I built the machines. To do it for me, so I don't have to do it. Let that run. Let this other side run for a minute. And really, that's all we need to do. We need to connect some of those lines on that side, but all we have to do is get this going in here, and this will run and run. Now, another thing we need to do over here is we need to run this down into the lower level, basically like this, and then run that back so it's actually automatically running over to that side. So we need to keep that in mind as well as we're working. Oh, that's actually offset. Try that again. The correct way. There we go. Then we also need to get underneath there. Let's get our vehicle out of the way here. And see if we can do our new little trick on it. But we try to hit it from underneath. From up here. We tried. But hey, maybe jump on this. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. We're going to run that right through the middle of this, too. How cool is that? Neato. And then we're going to run that cross line through the middle. Neato. All right. Then we try to jump back up again. Ah, God. Didn't make it. No worries. We got a hypertube. Back up we go. Okay. We'll put this back. And I don't know why it's always so dark whenever I'm building. Constantly dark every time I go to do cool stuff. Let's put that in there, and now that's automatically going to run down in there. We might want to grab some of these out, though, before they all run down there, because we don't have enough to run the line yet. And first, we need to get it where it's just constantly making those first. Do this one again. I'm just doing these first two, even though if you did the last one, it would go even faster. But this is making about 12 steel beams, 26 over there. Very nice. So if it's a full, if it has 100, it's making about 26 each time. So that'd be about 50 each time, roughly, that we're getting each time we kind of start that up. Okay, come on. We got this. We're so close. Let's get this smaller one into there. And then if we're lucky, we got enough to get from here into this. And that is a GG. All right. All right. Awesome. Now we have automated the process that we had to give a little love to. Now there goes the coal. Very nice. Coal going across. It should go into here and start to auto feed up there. And now we don't have to manually feed the coal in there. Now we want to go up and double check that it is ending up up here now Right now it's at 3 coal. Up, look at the coal going up on its own. Nothing I need to do. Now you got to think that that's actually running in there at 120 coal per minute, because it's or actually it's more than 120 coal, but if you do 240 and cut it in half, it's actually 270 is the actual line run speed. Because I have so much extra coal, it is actually grabbing all of that coal and running it at its maximum speed right now. So it's going to fill this up like nothing and fill those things up big time. Now, because I haven't run it very far down, it's only going to run just a little bit down there and still put the rest of them in the box. And let's go ahead and go back over here, have it make us some more. Grab these 23 and grab these 13. And now we just need to get those ignits from there over to here so we can get this first one going automatically. And that's another bit of a journey. But super cool that we're going to have that kind of lined up and run it in between all of these other ones, which is not actually intended, but still super cool. I'll show you what I mean by running this up. Now, one of the things I need to do is I need to think about how I'm going to run these in the future, and is this going to be in the way? And it totally is. So we need to kind of line it up off of this one, and then run it so it's just kind of just above, maybe a little bit down, but still lined up in this direction. It's got to go over by 1. So let's go ahead and put 1 in there. That's going to be our reference. And then we'll take these ones out, with hopefully out without taking anything else out. Ah, hate it when I do that. But they've added where you can hit Control now, and you can deselect the stuff, which is cool. All right, and we take this out. We move this over 1. There we go. And then we run that up, and then down. Let's say 2. And then let's take a look at it and see if we like it. Oh, it's going through and then under the other wire. Now, even if I was trying to do that, everybody, I could pretend like I'm doing that on purpose, but that's freaking cool. I did not do that on purpose, but I don't want to do that, but it's still cool that it actually is so perfectly aligned that it would go over the top of one and under the other. But it still might be clipping up there, and I want it to be up like that to be very consistent. Let's go up and look and see if we can see them coming down the line. We can. Look at that. So beautiful. So beautiful. And it's just barely underneath it there. I'm going to call that a W. I'm going to call that a win. Oops. And we're going to go with that. I like it. I like it, and I like it, I like it. Okay, so we're going to take out more of these poles that we don't need now. And then over here, same thing with these. We're going to take these out. And we're going to go ahead and now try to backlog these all the way across here. Let's take this one out again. Oh, this is all extra resources that I don't really need to use. And so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All the way to the top, and then down by another one. And then again, run it from there. Over here. Oh, so close, so close. Where's that input? Right there. All right, so all we got to do is get this right there. And I can tell you that we're going to run out for sure. Look at that. We need 16 and we have 11. Always how it goes, isn't it? So close. But the good news is it's up there making me some more right now. In a minute, it's going to make me a whole bunch. Going to make me a crazy ton. I got just enough up there to finish this off. And this is the struggle that is Satisfactory. And this is why it makes it so great, everybody. That's why this game is so phenomenal. Incredibly, incredibly good. What do we got here? We got a thing in our way, though. We got our stairwell in the way, or our ramp in the way. Go ahead and fill this in so I don't go for a free trip. And let's see if we can go ahead and try to make this go out a little bit more. Just to try to keep this from running into that pole there. So we're going to go ahead and bring this down. There's there. So let's say 2. And then bring this down to that so it's not clipping that. And then bring it around. And there we go. And those are your logistics. And we got it going. Okay, now we want to go up here and see if this is filling it in. And right here, how we looking? Oh, yeah, look at it filling up like crazy. Now that we have some more steel beams, we can also go across here, and we can go into there. And now the second one is getting those steel beams. We'll grab some more steel beams out of here and see how far we can get here. All right, there we go. And the third one in, and that's a GG. That's a done, everybody. That's a crush, that one. Woo! That was a bit of work on that one. All right, awesome. All right, now we're going to let it make us a bunch of steel beams. And now once we make a bunch of steel beams, we'll be fine. But we need to also make some more boxes over here. And for each of these boxes takes 20 of these steel beams right over here. Now, one of the smart things for us to do is to go ahead and just kind of grab these out as they're done so we can keep these boxes going. Or what you can do is find something else to do for a minute and then come back to it. And I happen to know the perfect thing, which is a battle, and then take a break. So let's go do that. To battle! All right, let's boost your guys' range damage, try to get our battle in, and then I'll take a break here for a bit, and then come back. Oh, man, we're crushing it today. Crushing it! All right, bam, that was a good one. All right, I am Death Reaper walking away with it. Olaf coming in with 22 assists. He's our MVP. Nice job, Olaf. All right, again, going to Grandma's house. So we got to go up, down, and all over the place. Let's start up another battle so you guys can get even more loot. Holy moly, look at this one. Wow, tons of units up there. Now, the smart thing is to make the units come to us. So let's go high side. And we'll just try to do a bunch of mobs here. Suggest a good L shape. A little bit of tanky tank this way, a little bit of tanky tank that way. And then, of course, all our support nice and safe in the middle there. All right, very nice. Let's take a look at our armies. Oh, we got an upgrade for the Saint. Sweet. Let's upgrade him. Anything else? No, just I can unlock some more stuff. How about our quests here? How are we looking? It says I have more quests, but I don't. Let's go ahead and check the scrolls over here as well. Right in here. Nope, okay, no scrolls. How much gold we have? 516. Let's go ahead and save our gold. Now, of course, you can help support the stream. If you're enjoying these battles, everybody, I do thousands of battles here on the stream. Do your best to help support the stream by going in and buying these awesome skins for your different units. So if you have enjoyed, feel free to pop on over there. Now, remember, you can also gift them to other people too. So like Olaf over there, who's been kicking some butt, MVP, or whoever else has been MVP, because I can't remember who else was other than Olaf just a minute ago. You can also gift and gift these out by just clicking these. You can find a player and gift them some cool Kismet skins here. You can see a bunch of them with the yellow fedora here, as well as special ones like Norbert the Healer. He's so awesome. That's my baby dragon. We've also got Sparkle Dog, the flying rogue, which is probably my favorite now, though I do love the Healer. Or you can get me. That's right, get me on your team. Kismet, the Wasteland Tycoon tank skin there, which is awesome. I'm in a game, everybody. Look, that's me. That's me. I'm in an actual game. How cool is that? So feel free to go ahead and support by doing that. I appreciate everybody who does. Of course, the more you guys support, we're 58 of 100. If we do get to 100, we get to unlock another one, and we're going to put Saltbot in there as another skin as well. So remember, you can gift them. Of course, the best gifts are the ones you give yourself. So you can buy some for yourself and help support the stream at the same time. So I appreciate all you peeps who show that love. Let's go ahead and jump back to some Satisfactory. Oh, now look at this. 48 in that first one, 49 there, and 60 in that one. Now we got some beams going on up in here. Now what I want to do is go ahead and set this up so I can kind of AFK over here and then take a little bit of a break because we've been going for about 2.5 hours. I'm older, everybody. That wears on you. I stream about 12 hours per day now, by the way, if you guys didn't know. I have 2 streams. One during the day for about 6 hours in the early part of the day, and then in the afternoon, or in the evening, sorry. In the afternoon is the first one, and in the evening is the second one. Sleep apnea, everybody. That's, you know, my standard deal. But as you can see, we're going to run this out, and then we're going to try to put in more of these. We're going to try to get 5 of these in as well. And I can tell you I'm definitely going to be expanding these in the long run because you use a lot of these in other processes as well. So let's go ahead and get that into there, right there, especially the pipes as well, which we're going to do here at the end. And we're going to come back and try to get those pipes in as well. But we definitely need to let our rods run for a bit. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that into there. We got all of those going there. And then we'll do the same kind of thing when we turn this around and we go ahead and run this nicely right into there. And that's going to go ahead and take all of those now and stack them up in this last one right here. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do this so I can see what's actually in the box. Now, if we did it correctly, you're going to see them pop out of here in just a second. Let's see if we've done it correctly or not. Gotta be patient. Patience is a virtue. Taking a while, huh? Taking a while. Now, if I don't see any come out here at the end, that's telling me that I missed one of the sides or I missed something and it's not going through the whole process to get to this end box, which is where I want it to be. So let's go ahead and just double check it. It should have been there by now, but there's where I screwed up right there. I didn't do that on purpose. I actually screwed that up, everybody. And it's always something like that. There we go. And you have to have a sense of how long it takes to get around to, and that was about the right amount of time I waited. And then I said, oh, there's something wrong. Went in there, fixed it, and now it is working great. So now we're going to have boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and more boxes of this, and then eventually we want to run that down back across there, and we can use the stuff we've already created, right, to run that back and then end up there in the Kismet Tower. I'm going to make that all glass up there eventually. Maybe some glass floors and glass thing just to build a cool thing up there. And then run that back to the box. Actually, it's on this side, so I can just run it straight and then up on this side. And then that'll end up there. Now, again, we still got to do our pipes, so we still got plenty to do here in game. But we're going to let this run. So we just have stacks and stacks of this stuff over here. Now, again, another thing we need to do is we got a little pole thing here, or a little bit of power. Let's put a pole over here since we're going to be working down here at the end, just to get an idea. And look how close I like to run it, everybody. I run it really, really close to stuff because, again, it's just less time for me to have to go build a bunch more power when it's unnecessary. And I don't want to build the power way out in the middle of nowhere. I want to eventually bring all of the resources to here. That means in the entire world, right? Or at least as much as I need, right? So when I need more coal, I'll go get more coal by setting a train over there to grab the coal, and I'll grab a bunch of other stuff too and bring that back. And then I'll have multiple trains going eventually. And we're right at the tipping point of that, but we need to get some of these other resources going again. Otherwise, we're going to run out like we did with steel beams. All right, so I'm going to take a bit of a break, and then I shall be back. Look at this, everybody. I'm doing good on my water. Look, I drank that much water today, just here since the stream. I've been doing good. Drinking more water helps flush out your system, especially if you're going to be exercising more and working out more like I am. Like I'm working on my shoulder because I have a frozen shoulder from injuring myself from a slip and slide last year on my birthday. Yes, still messed up. And I'm through a whole bunch of extenuating circumstances. I'm still going to physical therapy for it. And it's costing me an absolute fortune. which I'll have to pay, you know, $50 on for the next 5 years or however long. But we'll deal with all of that real life stuff later. But right now, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to play some more Satisfactory. So I'll be right back. Enjoy these AFK highlights. Didn't think I was coming back, did ya? I went for a walk. Beautiful day out there, everybody. I went for a short walk and walked back, trying to get my health going on. That was fun. Wandered around for a bit in the beautiful outside. And like normal, avoided all human contact while out there. Try to, you know, avoid any being the last person dead from COVID. Yeah, but I am vaccinated, so there we go. Okay, so as we were running along there, you can see that the actual amount of power has gone down because of a lot of those other resources that we were kind of waiting on have finished, and thus it has dropped down now to a good level where we can just kind of let this run. Now, let's see how many it made in that amount of time. Boom, a bunch of them. All right, awesome. So that's just going to keep on keeping on. We're going to look at these. This one's good, but what's going on here? Why is there not enough going across over to here? So this got to come in at 60 per minute per each of these. And right now, this is outputting over here at what speed? Let's go see. This is outputting, I can't even remember, 45 here, 45 here. So, ooh, okay. So we have 3 of them over here. So this is 60, 120, 180. So we need an output of 180. 45 and 45 is 90. 90 times 2 is 180. So that means that we need 2 more of these very easily added, because you know what? We set it up so it's nice and easy to add more. So let's add more. Now, do we have enough original resources? Is it coming in at the right speed and all of that? Heck if I know. Why are you asking me? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm having a wonderful time not worrying about the numbers this time. Because, again, we are using the power of time. The power of time where we can just let it run and run and run. Now, you definitely want to learn the numbers. I obviously do know the numbers and could run it by the numbers if I so desire, and have done so many, many times. Even down to, like, a 7 or a 3 or a 9 kind of running as well, where you split and split and split and then merge and split to get the right number that you're looking for. As well. I feel like that's a huge waste of time, especially early game. But also, I feel like until you really get in the rhythm of it, you want to kind of, again, forward too far. You really want to kind of master that. Once you got that mastered, then you do whatever you want. Because, hey, that's how it works. So let's go ahead and run this over here. And there we go. And let's tell these what they're going to be. Not that they have really any other choice other than still ignorant right now. And there we go. So now we just need to go down below and just use the stuff we've already got set up and run some more in there. Let's go. All right. Turn our light on so we can see what's up with what's up. And every second one, we're going in the opposite direction. So we're going to go this way and this way. We could do it, you know, we can put them next to each other if we wanted to. But in this case, we're going to go every other one just to kind of keep it consistent from what we've already done. See, now this is when these actually come in handy. Okay, and this actually needs to move back because it's too close. Okay, here we go. This mouse is nutty today. Stop that. Stop being all crazy, mouse. There we go. All right, way over here. And let's see how far out we are. Oh, it's in the middle. Let's call this one 2, 3, 4, 5, and this would be 6. Perfect. All right, awesome. I can't remember how many we got. I think it was 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why can't I remember that stuff and not regular stuff, everybody? Why can't I remember that I went 7 out on that thing, which is perfect. And not the other stuff that I try to remember. I don't know. I try my best, everybody. I try as much as I can do. Try to do what I can do up in here. But at least we can get our splitters in there. Try to get that lined up nicely. Something like that. into there, and this up into there. Now the other side we already got going. We already ran the lines there, so super easy. Let's just go ahead and line these up. Again, they don't have to be perfectly lined up, but, you know, I try to get them as close as I can. And there we go. Oh, wait a minute. Why is that so far back? Uh-oh. Oh, we ran the wrong thing in there. Oh, I done screwed it up, everybody. Now we're going to have to take all that out and redo that, probably, or bleed the lines up above. What could I do? No, I'm going to have to end up taking those out, most likely. Yeah, I screwed that up. All right. Yeah, that line is the actual line that's running over to there. So my bad. We need to do something like this and this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This worked. I was wondering why that was so close. It shouldn't have been that close. And we'll line these up and then have to rerun these for sure. It seems like that's going up too. Hold on. Once you start making one mistake, they just start cascading. Across here. Like this, and there we go. All right, let's get that so those lines kind of line up nicely as best we can. Say something like that. Now, that's going to go under there, that's going to go there. But we got to go up there and take that back out and redo that whole thing. Because I accidentally put the finished product in there. Oops. I put the finished product in there when I should have put the raw ore in there. All right, so, oh God, now we got to remember which one it is, too. I think it was the second one, so let's take this out temporarily so we can see where the lines are running. No, it is the first one. Okay. So first one's the one that's coming from this side. Yes, so this one. So we got to take this one back out. Take the bottom out, and then we can take this out. And we'll do that battle here in just a second after I fix this screw up here. Put that back into there. All right, and then it's the second one here, this one. Take that out, take this out, put that in. These are very, you have to do it right the first time, or you have to take all that back out and refix it. Like we just did. All right. We're going to call that fixed and see if we can get the proper materials in there versus the wrong materials this time. Okay, and then we'll get this to go down again. It sucks you have to redo all this just to fix this, but such is the way it goes. You do what you can. There we go. I thought those were further back. Okay, now that's good. All that should be good. And because those have not started up yet, I don't think there's going to have any of those resources in there, so we'll have to go double check though. Whenever you have something like that, make sure you go and double check that these are all working properly. There we go. There's the coal. And then over here, same thing. Okay, great. Now we can go ahead again, merge all these together. Actually, I should probably get up here. I find being up on top of these a lot easier to visualize the direction in which I'm putting this stuff. That's just me. That into there, this into here, that over to there, this into here. And then, again, we can just extend that down. See how easy it is to just add more? And then we just tie it into the back of the box, because the box is the thing that actually runs to the next stage. So there we go. So now we have 45 times 2 is 90, and then times 2 again is 180, and 180 is how much we need to get all 3 of these running over here in there. So there's a bit of numbers for you. Now you're going to all of a sudden see that this is going to go a bit faster over here as well. All of a sudden this is going to fill up. And again, this is 60, 60, that's 120, and then 60 more would be 180 in there. And there we go. Now we got a bunch more popping down here, and that should stay at full speed. And then if it stays at full speed, then we're going to end up with a lot more over here a lot faster, but it doesn't matter because we have the factor of time in which we can just let it run forever and not have to worry about it, for sure. Just let it run and run. All right. So we got that done. We got this done. Now we got to think about our steel beams over here. So let's go ahead and bring this forward. We're leaving a 2 gap there. We're going to run this down this way. And probably about here. And then we'll take these out. And then create a thing there, create a thing here. I'm thinking right here. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and run this here. And then this over there. For however long. And then over here, giving that as a gap. However long that way. Okay. Looking good there. Now, what we got to do is we got to make some more steel ingots to basically go in and make the pipes as well. So we could put more here and just tap in and run more of our steel pipes. But we're going to see what happens with steel pipes here as well. Our steel pipes, the input is 30. On our steel beams, the input is 60. So this actually uses half the amount of resources that this uses over here. So this is going to be 60, right? So we do 2 of those, 60. And then the third one would be 90. Now, normally I would create a separate unit here. But if we figure this out correctly, this is going to be 180. And then over here, this is going to be, if we can get it up to 270 is basically what we're trying to do. 180 plus another 30, which is going to be 60 across these, across 2 of these, or 90 across there. We take 90 and 180 and add them together. Hey, Suri, what's 90 plus 180?
90 plus 180 is 270.
On the dot. Yep, there you go, everybody. Speaking of numbers, there you go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get this on the dot so the whole line is running it at 270. Perfecto. So let's go ahead and run that there. Keep this running down here. So we're just going to run 3 more of these and have this keep on running. So this is going to be, these are splitters or mergers? Splitters, okay, so that's there. This is here. That's in now and that way. And then we're just going to run this down. And we're going to tell this that we want this to be steel pipe. The next one to be steel pipe. Now, we don't even have to make it perfect, everybody. We can just go ahead and run it just like that. Because eventually, over time, it will actually do enough of each and every one of these, things. Now, eventually, of course, we'd want to take this and move it over to the next one. But since we're getting low on both of these, we're going to go ahead and basically just double stack like this. And just to backlog some of these. And then probably next time we'll go and move them over to the other side. So let's go ahead and connect these together. And we're just going to double vertically stack these. Just so we can get this going before we go. And again, we want to let this run all week so we don't have to worry about any of our plates or any of our rods anymore. Now, this right here is clipping through these ones now, so we're going to have to raise this up a little bit. So let's take that out, raise this up just a bit higher. So now it's no longer clipping through the middle of this stuff, and we'll run it up there. It's basically going up over the top of it, at least a little bit. I think that's good. I think the light just a little bit. I think we'll roll with that. And then this one here is now going to merge as well. And we're going to turn it so it's going that way. Then get these 3 mergers together. right, man, I'm in the zone. In the zone. So let's go ahead and do something like that. This one to there. This one up here, and then run that nicely. Aha, see that one's using too many plugs, but no worries. We've got the power of the quick wire. Boom. Upgrade that one. And then run it over here. And I usually don't use the quick wire ones unless I absolutely need to. Because the small ones usually are more than enough to run that stuff. And all right, off and running. And this one's still pipes. Okay, we got to connect this in here, though, so that some of those are going. I can tell there's none in there, which means that there's probably a connection problem between there. So this one now... Come on, I want to see it going in there. There it was. Then over here, we want to see one going this way. Yep. And then over there. Okay, now we need to go back and create 90 more of these over here. Now, how are we going to create 90 more? Well, guess what? Basically, we're going to need to do 2 more of these, right? Because it outputs at 45, and 45, 45 is 90. Now, our biggest problem is going to be our inputs, right? And how many do we already have? We have 4 right now, and we're going to end up with 6. So now we need to say, hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. What's 45 times 6?
45 times 6 is 270.
270 again, everybody. See how that number keeps coming up? It's also that same way when you're doing stuff like concrete and stuff like that. So again, that 270 belt is the perfect speed for both the inputs and also eventually our outputs over there. And I call that the Kismet's rule of 8. Basically like an infinity symbol, right? How to get it so it's perfectly set up to go at maximum speed and also be balanced in the inputs and outputs of what you're doing. And if you want to see that, there's actually a video on YouTube. You can go check it out on my YouTube channel. I'll go ahead and throw that in the chat for you as well, right there. Which you can go check out, that Kismet Rule of 8, where I talk a bit about how to do just the perfect amount of inputting and outputting for reinforced iron plates, which also applies to what we just did right over there. Now, we need some more modular frames over here. We haven't gotten any modular frames or any of this kind of more stuff over here, including our reinforced iron plates. I do have a bunch of them already in there that I made previously by just setting up some temporary machines. But we are good to go on that. Let's grab this so we can get this one last piece of the puzzle in. And then we'll let this stuff run and we'll pray that our power doesn't go out while we're not online. Because these take a lot of power, for sure. Now, I could overclock them as well. But I feel like that's going to burn up way too much of our power. So we'll try to keep this going. All right, so let's get our floor thingies in there. Like this. Man, we are on a roll today. We are crushing it today. We are getting all of our good stuff in here. We're going to have both our pipes and our things done for next time. We can just get this up and running and make sure our power's nice and balanced. We'll have all of our copper stuff, our wire, cable, and the other stuff. The other thing and the stuff and the thing, which just went out of my copper sheets. There they are. They're hiding in my brain somewhere. I mean, it's all in there, everybody. I just gotta, it's just the retrieval process. That's the hard part. It's in my brain. Just hard for me to get it out of there nowadays. But I try my best. It's all you can ask for anybody, everybody. And I don't put people down if they're not perfect. I'm certainly not. Nor shall I ever be, I don't think. Because people are inherently flawed, and that's okay. That's okay if they're flawed. All right, and we need to move this back just a little bit so we're not clipping through there. Let's say something like this, and then we'll go up by 2, and then we'll bring this over here. Keep that clipping out of the process. There we go. And then let's get these into the power process here. Yeah, let's move this back. I keep putting that too far forward. There we go. And then we'll power this across here. Let's tell these what they should be. Steel and steel. And then all we got to do is go down below, feed that stuff in there, and GG. Now, because I don't have a massive amount of resources running here, it actually may use up all my resources. We'll see. We'll see how it does in the long run. But for now, we're just going to let it run and see what happens. And see if we run out of coal and all of that in the long run. Let's turn this way. And thank you very much for the Kismet Love Train. Who's that? Lenny coming in with a 4 months of sub love. Make sure to show him lots of love in the chat. Thanks for bringing that hype in, Lenny. Appreciate it. Big love. You know what I'm doing also? As I'm almost 100 month sub with my favorite streamer of all time, everybody, the Mighty Swifty. Almost there. Just a couple more months to go. I think I'm 97 or something like that. Almost 100-year sub or 100-month sub. But I actually already am. Because I actually subscribed to them before they went from Twitch. They went from, God, what's the name of it? Justin TV to Twitch. And so I actually was subscribed to him beforehand, and I had to give up that account because I was past the window, which I didn't even know was a thing until afterwards. I was past the window in transferring my account. But hey, you know, fate worked out. Eventually, obviously, became a Twitch partner here. I actually wear my partner shirt right now. So it all worked out for the best, I think, in the end. Everything, all the pieces and puzzles worked out. It's too sharp. All right, we'll just do that. Good enough. Run that under there. Let's do this side first before we screw this side up again. All right, there we go. That side in good. And then, again, where is these guys? Over here. Okay. Get that lined up and this lined up. Forget how many we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it was. Yeah, 7. Then out of there into here. Now again, this is one of my favorite features too, is the fact that you can split stuff right on the line without having to put the splitter in first. You can actually do it right on the line, and also if you hold down Control, it actually snaps to the thing, which I just remembered. It just snaps right to that input now. And there we go. So now the rest of those should be in there, and it should be coming out of there at 270 on both sides. Now, we have a bunch of backlog of resources, so we should have enough. Now, one of the things that I did is I cross-connected the coal over here. So it's both feeding from both sides. If there is any overlap, it comes down the line, and then the same thing this way in the back. So this should have more than enough, because look at this. And you can actually just sit here and see if this number is going down. If this number is going down, then what's going to happen is eventually it's going to run out of coal. And I can tell you right now, that number is starting to go down. So by the next time I log in, all of the extra coal that's in here will be burnt up. Maybe. But if it actually makes the materials and then fills all those boxes, by the time it fills all those boxes, it will then stop, backlog, and then it will refill up all these boxes with coal. But I think that's kind of cool, I think, in the long run, how that particular thing works. Now, it would be actually smart also to run that, see how we're running it like this, to run it also in the other direction. If we had a third input, so that we could also backchain it that way. But it's doing that on the back on the input, so it should be okay. We'll find out. I have a feeling that we are going to run out of coal by then. We're going to need to go get more coal, but we do need our pipes and we need our rods, so we need to get that. We need to get that fired up. So let's go over here and double check everything to make sure it's all workings. So we want to go to the last two here that we just added. And look at those, see if it's got a bunch of stuff in there. Really hurting on the ore right now because the ore is trying to get to it down at the end. So let's just give it a little bit of a boost. I highly suggest the ones that they're on the end of the line, you want to give them a bit of a boost so basically that backlog can catch up a little bit. And that will start them up just a little bit faster. So there we go. We got all of those running. It's running out of there. like this, and running into that box that's going down, back up on this side right here, and then, of course, running down the line. And now these ones are getting a crazy ton of steel. As you can see, this one's at 100%. Now, what you want to see is the overflow, right? You want to see this one at 100, not 100%, but at 100. And then you want to see this one going up. Every time it finishes, that one should go up. Let's see, 37 at that one. And that's 38. And so it's going up ever so slowly. And 39. And eventually that will get to 100. And when it gets to 100, then it will then overflow in the next one, and so on and so forth. So in theory, once this all fires up at full speed, it should even go even faster, and then all of them should basically be running. But at least as some of them are running, that's more than enough, right? If we're even making some steel pipes here, then we're good. So let's figure out why these steel pipes are not running out of here. Running to there, running to here, running up to there. Right? Why is it not running up to there? So running up into this one. No, so this is actually not working. This is not running up into there. Is that an input or output? That is an input. Okay, something funky going on there. Let's go ahead and run it up there again. Now what we want to see is we want to see this stuff start to move. Nope, something wrong with our lifter. All right, lifter broken. All you got to do is go to the end of the line and see where it stops. And then look at the lifter and see if it's lifting. Nope, not lifting. Is this the output? Yes. This is a merger. Yes. But for some reason, the lifter is not working. Okay, lifter not working, so we'll take this one out. Like this. And then we'll put merger back in there again. Aiming it in the correct direction. Running it to here, running it from there. Putting in the lifter. Seeing if it's lifting now. There we go. So there's something wrong with the merger. And then run it up to there. All right, there we go. Now we got all that going. Probably another reason why this stuff stopped over here. Yeah, it got full. And now it's off and running. All right, so there we go. So that's going to work pretty well. Once it gets up to speed, it's going to take a while for it to get up to speed. But I think that's a GG for today. We're going to basically just get a bunch of this going, and we're going to run this, just kind of do a little spaghetti action down here so we can see that it is coming out at the end. So, yes, very nice. We have got that running. Now, the one last little thing to do is to check our power pull and see how we're doing on power. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, jump way up there. Now around 800, but we still have about 100 ceiling there. We're still looking pretty rock solid. We got a good distance between it hitting that top part and the bottom part. All right, let's go check in on all of our stuff that we put up earlier in our little tower as well. Love train. All right, we're going to run on over here. And we're going to go ahead and stop right there. And jump into here. Okay, dokie. So we got that going. Now let's go ahead and look at our boxes now. We should have some good looking boxes over here. Stuck. All right, there we go. We got that filled back up. That's filled itself back up again. Whoa, look at that. The screws have filled itself up now. Wire's completely full. Awesome. Cable is full. And how we looking over here? I didn't think those were going to be full yet because those take a while to make those. But we're getting there. Now, once this is also going to make these and then make 5 more boxes of these while we are out. Now, next time we'll get into some of these other ones that are the higher level ones here, which is our kind of double items going into one. So we'll start combining a bunch of these items over here together to make all of these things here at the end, which is pretty great, including some of the stuff that we got going over here. Oh, wait, we could run out and, did we do? Oh, yeah. We could run out and do a bit of that. Hold on a sec. We can go ahead and drop this in my temporary thing here. Let's just drop all that in there. Oh, actually, we could clear some of that out, too. Hold on. Let's take all of that for a sec. let's run over here and really press our luck by running it into the awesome sink. Let's run all that extra stuff out of there into there. And then we're going to go ahead and put this in here. And we're going to go on a little bit of a journey. That is for sure. Gotta find my little vehicle in the dark. We gotta go on a journey first. Now right over here, you can see I've got a hypertube. And this hypertube we ran last time, it took a while, but totally worth it. Because we're gonna run way out here to get some of our oil stuff, our plastic stuff, for now. And just kind of reload, maybe take half plastic and half rubber, and put it in the box. Now, what we really want to do is eventually get to our ability to use oil for power, and especially get to a point where we can do our trains. Those we need to make a bunch of other materials. They're going to help us with that. But way out here at the node, which is normally how I build. I typically build at the closest node from where I started. But this one is way the heck out here, as you can see. We actually even hit the edge of the actual game, which would cause you to die if you go any further than the edge of where I'm at right now. Or actually where I'm coming up to here in the corner. Because you can actually see it in the water where the actual lines are during the day. And right past there is where you start taking damage. So that's why I turned it right there and then aimed it over here toward the oil. Now, there's actually more oil over here that I can tap into. There's multiple nodes that I could utilize as well. We'll get into all of that later. Right now, we just want to go out here and just kind of manually pick this up. Now, I could run a line all the way there, but eventually it'll come over here with the train, get the raw oil and not the finished materials, and bring the raw oil back. And we can get multiple trains running at the same time. Of course, remember, trains require power, so you're going to need to keep upping and upping your power. Oh, man, we're coming down fast now. Bam! Take it to the face. There we go. And here we are way over here, and it's been over here backlogging a crazy ton of this. Now, this is going to be one of those things that if we do too much of it, it's going to run and, of course, kick off our power. So we're going to go ahead and say take half a thing of this. And then this is going to start back up again, using some of our power. Right there. Now all of that started back up again, and then over here on the rubber. And we will let this run last time, or actually I can just do this. Not store all, take all. Store all, take all. It's messing with me. Oh, and there it goes. I knew it was going to happen. Take all of that. So there we go. So we just lost power over here because we started this up. And where's our thing here? Why is it floating? Was there something here? I don't know why. I don't know why it's floating. But what happened is it started up our oil, and bam, it kicked this off. Now, because we want to travel back that way, what we can do is just simply take this part off, like this, and then restart our factory. Now, one of the problems when you first restart your factory is you need to have a bit of an overhead. So when it starts back up again, it can go up into that overhead and then dip back down again, like it just did. See that? It started up really high and go down. I just happen to know that when I add this, it's going to kick off my power, and I don't want to do that, as well as my transport. Now, eventually, you want to have your transport on your power line and all of your factories on a separate line, so you can very easily turn those factories off. Like I just did. I did it the old school way where I just cut the line that is actually powering this part over here. Now, I can do the same thing over here. I can just take this out. And that's going to basically turn off all the power to everything that's running on this side, allowing me to return back with all that loot. Now, I've got plenty of loot. I don't really need to run that. Eventually, again, I'll take the oil and I'll run it all back, and I won't even have this hypertube or any of this stuff. It'll just be purely trains out here. Fred out here lending a hand. Not. That's Fred, my little buddy. He's my little building buddy. He likes to hang out with me whenever I'm building cool stuff. Yeah, big time. My watch reminds me every now and again to be mindful. It's pretty funny. Zooming along here. What time is it? Oh man, I got so many things I got to queue up and get running. See how my videos are doing over here. I'm always running videos all the time because otherwise I get so far behind. I got to get some videos going on over there. I see those are almost done, but again, like I run like 70 to 80 hours worth of constant just videos running 24/7, right? And then the second those 70 to 80 hours are done, I queue up another 70 to 80 hours worth of videos. It's all of my streams that I do during the week. I put every single stream up online. Now we're going to go back here and we're going to do this battle here in just a second. And we're going to show you guys some love. Let's head back and put all this stuff in the box before I forget. And then I think we're balanced enough where we can kind of let this run all week and it should be fine. And that's why you have the wall there, everybody, so you go flying over the side. All right, let's go. One of these days I'm going to get to using the lights in this game too. Oh man, I need some lights in here for sure. All right, boom. Now we got a nice big backlog of all that sweet stuff. We can also get our quick wire run over here. We can get our pipes and our steel beams run as well. Now when I run out of time, you see that I just try to get things running and let them run, and then later on I'll come back and revamp all of that. But we'll go ahead and let those run because we want to eventually be able to also expand our pipes and our beams later on for all the higher end stuff that we're going to need to do with it. But for now, we're going to let that run. Let's go ahead and double check again our power and how it's looking. All right, now it's back down to about 800 or so. And looks like it's consistently running. You want to watch it for a little while too, you know, a good 10 minutes or so to see if it's going to spike up or spike down. Looks like we're good, so it's going to keep making those copper sheets, and it's going to make us a bunch of beams and a bunch of steel poles. Now, again, the biggest problem we might have is we might run out of coal, and that coal might cause our power to go off. If any of our power starts going off, we do not have enough excess power that if any of it goes off, then all of a sudden, boom, the whole thing turns off. And that's what we'll find out. I mean, we'll at least have enough to work next time. Even if the power does go off. I think it'll be a while before it does. But even if it does, we'll have enough to do whatever we need to do. Okie dokie. You know what we can do is also feed this into there. Feed that in there. And we'll come back. And what are we doing? Industrial manufacturing. What's this? Oh, okay. This is our big stuff where we can do computers and stuff of that nature. And then we want to get to trains. Because we got to make computers and we got to make heavy modular frames. And I think we already did. Where did we unlock heavy modular frames? I forget. Back here in Tier 4, I think. Yeah, there it is. All right, so we already got heavy modular frames. We need to unlock computers, and then once we do that, we can unlock trains, and then we can go ahead, and again, we need a lot of steel beams and a lot of pipes to do that, but we can just manually make the computers. That's what I would do. I would manually make 50 computers and manually make a bunch of heavy modular frames, and then from that, make your trains, and then your trains will start bringing in tons of resource, and then you can automate the process of making computers and making heavy modular frames, which we'll do way off to the side and give it plenty of room because it's got 4 inputs that got to come in there. So we've got to run 4 inputs over there and run it up, and then also might have to put them in sequence as well. So we're going to give them much bigger areas for us to put, say, 2, 4, 6 of those in a big long line. And just have our manufacturers cranking out heavy modular frames like crazy, right? And we can keep scaling up the base. But eventually, we're also going to be scaling up the speed at which we run our stuff, right? So we're going to be doubling our speed soon, which is right over here. Did we already do it? Yeah, right here, which is our Mark IVs, which isn't quite double, but it is about double. Hey, Siri. What's 480 divided by 270?
480 divided by 270 is approximately 1.77777.
So it's not quite 2 times, but it's 1.777777. Sorry, you're so crazy. So there we go. So we'll go ahead and work a bit on that. And so to do these, though, to actually utilize these, we're going to need some new resources to use for making those level 4 conveyor belts. And that's all part of the fun of doing all of these transports and fluids and all of that stuff. And we'll try to get into that as well. And then, of course, our pipeline engineering, where we can streamline our pipes where they'd be doing 600 instead of 300. That's going to be nice as well. But again, look at that. Heavy modular frames there. Heavily modular computers. We got to get into those. This here. We've got a lot of our basics going back again. All that's good. We got to get our stators, rotors, and motors going. So we have plenty of extra motors as well. Probably we'll work on upgrading these. We'll work on getting our trains. And then we'll work on our rotors. We'll work on our reinforced iron plates first. And then we'll work on all that other stuff. We got lots to do. That's what's so fun about this game is you always have lots and lots of fun things to do. Now, let's go ahead and do this battle. Let's go. To battle! And there's 1,000 Kids Cats for being very, very patient. I appreciate all of you being patient. Let's go ahead and see how we do with this battle. I thought I just did place a spell. All right, maybe because the button's in the way, I can't place my spell. I don't know. Let's try that. Nope. Yep, button is in the way. All right, let's try that again. Let's go. Boom. Okay, there we go. Give you guys some range damage to see how many units we've got. We've got 44. They've got 61. Let's see how this works out. Now, what we got here is we got a front here walking down into the mobs to keep them away from our ranged. We got some good healers in there. I see some good healers. Oh, let's zoom in on the action here, everybody. Let's zoom in on it. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. Rotisserie G coming in with a big healer as well. Man, that was perfect. That was a perfect move. They had almost double than what we had. And we wiped them out. Bam! There we go. Subi, TM, and Olaf walking away with some scrolls. And Akia coming in with 6 units and 14 assists, who's our MVP, and used all 6 units. So there's 1,000 Kids Caps on top of that. For crushing that one. Now we're going to come back, do some more battles tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll come back. Oh, there's a chest down here. I didn't even see this chest down here. Oh, man, we got to remember to go hit that chest up next time. Though, actually, it's the same as this chest over here. Oh, that's the same. For a second there, I thought it was one of those special chests, but it's just the regular four skull chest. All right, no, we'll go up and then we'll go across. All right, we'll come back to that next time. All right, now we're going to let this run for all of next week, and when we come in next week, we should have tons of copper sheets, tons of steel beams, and also tons of steel beams. Now, when it's going to run out, I have no idea. We'll see if it makes it all the way to the end and fills up all the boxes first, and then backlogs all the way back over there, keeping the power going, or will it run out before we get there because we got a ton of boxes of loot. But remember that it also will start up the nodes as it needs to. My shoe always gets caught on this thing down here. There we go. So it'll start up the nodes as it needs to, and that will actually add a bit of power to it as well. But I think we've got about 100 there. I think we'll be fine. So we're going to leave it at that, and we're going to go ahead and head up to my office. So let's go. All right, here you guys go. Bam, there you are right there in the chat. Let's give you guys some love. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 caps. We didn't quite make those 10 retweets, but I already gave you 1,000 for the first 5. Remember my schedule, pretty much staying the same. I stream Tuesday through Thursday and Saturday, 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and then come back at 10 p.m. at night. That's right, 2 streams a day is 12 hours a day, everybody. I know I'm a hardcore, but at least I give myself a break to rest in between. Because I'm older. Tonight we're going to do some more loot runs, so we're going to start a little bit earlier than 10 o'clock, but probably right on the dot at 10 o'clock. And then get into loot runs, run around, get a ton of loot, and then we're going to try to finally get these darn quests that keep popping up in my quest log, which I can't seem to get rid of. They just will not go away. We'll try to get rid of those as well. And then tomorrow I'll be back. Some more Fallout 76. We're playing that for a good portion of the day, and we might sneak in some breakwaters. There's a little hut area that we got to go find that hut area. So you guys remind me if I forget. We want to try to go down and figure out what those little hut areas are and see if it's a city or something or a trader or something we can do with. We'll go try to find that. And of course, then again, we'll be back on Saturday doing some more. And of course, Thursday night, hanging out with my crew. And then, of course, 7 Days to Die on Saturday night. Man, this week went by pretty fast already. We're already halfway through. Having some fun. So again, that's it for me for right now, but I'll be back in about 3.5 hours playing some New World, so definitely come back and hang out with us, everybody. Big time. Now, you can help out the stream tremendously by, of course, taking a quick moment. Follow those links you're going to find right there in the chat. Go to youtube.com/KismetBP. Go over there, hit subscribe. Go over to twitter.com/KismetBP and also hit follow over there. The more you guys do this, the more giveaways I get to do and other fun stuff here in the stream. Check out the Discord, introduce yourself, say hi, and then also go over there and check out the website as well. A lot of cool stuff there, like all my studio equipment and all the software that I use to do all this cool 3D animation stuff that you see here in the stream. Now, if you want to go above and beyond and be in there for sneak peeks and also ad-free videos coming to my Patreon, you can go over there and support over there. That's the best place to support because guess what? 95% of your support, that means that if you support for $5, that means that 95% of that $5 goes right back into the Kismet Love Train. Where 5% goes to fees. Nothing I can do about that. But none of it goes to me. I always put it right back into the stream. All of it right back in. Try to grow it as much as I can and keep on going. So feel free to go over there and support so you can have sneak peeks of all the cool stuff. See a bit of my creative process if you would like to know about art and entertainment and how I think through projects as I'm building all these cool projects, including very specific tips that are just coming to Patreon. You can go ahead and support over there. So $5 does go a long way, everybody. It absolutely does. So feel free to consider supporting over on Patreon. So I appreciate each and every one of you who does. Right over there. And again, that's it for me. See you guys in about 3.5 hours for some awesome New World hanging out with my crew and also doing some questing. All right. So we'll see you all then. Bye, everybody.
Hi, this is Norbert. Thanks for watching. Press the subscribe button. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Help support more videos just like this one and keep the Kismet Love Train a-going by dropping by my Patreon and showing your support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Big thanks going out to Resident Spike, Riverdog, Rotisserie G, JC Hunter, and AMZ. Click to watch more videos, and I'll see you next time.